Man, I really got to teach this stream elements bot. Nope. All right, maybe now my mic is working. Got to teach this stream elements bot a lesson. What's up, Jumpy? Luna, Tofu, Bubba. We got Pwiplua 4. I got to figure out a way to pronounce that. Sagra Libri. What is it? You have a different name in Discord, don't you? Don't remember it off the dome. Hey, what's up, Tina Mug? Can I recall? Is it Claire? Probably. Oh, IDT, Miko. Oh, Garbear here. Nice. Oh, Lyra. We got a mod in chat. Skeleton. Just Lu4? All right, Lu4. Bro, soft launching the stream. We're going to play some cool stuff today? I hope so. Hey, Lizard. What's up, Lizard? The Saturday showcase has begun. What's up, you know? We got 2. Swarve. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Thought your mic was echoing, only for me to realize I still had Discord open. Y'all have good holidays? Suppose we're still in the holiday season, huh? Hard at work on a first pass of the devlog. You know how it is? I do know how it is. Oh my god, it's shovel inbound. Where? Doing fine. How about me? I'm doing good. This is great second monitor content. Hey, we're striving for second monitor. Bro, if I even make third or fourth monitor, I consider that a win, so. Yeah. Probably a little bit slower than usual because of extreme holiday celebration, but we'll see how it goes. Hey, Merry Christmas, Jumpy. Tina Mug, updating the demo for your game tomorrow. Nice. IDT, didn't you post your demo and then retract it and issue an apology? To greatly summarize. I was supposed to be playing that, you know. I was prepared for IDT's arrival. RPG Bites, first time catching a stream. How's my week so far? It's been good. Just been taking it easy for the holidays. You got a Nintendo 64 for Christmas? That's sick. IDT's game win? That's exactly what I'm asking, Lyra. I thought I was supposed to be playing. IDT's shit looks too cool to contain. I want to play so bad. That's like exactly what I was saying, you know? Luna, what's up? Oh yeah, Luna, I think you sent me some capsule art for Lumina last night. I don't think I saw it yet, but IDT was viciously bullied. I wonder who could have done that. Sorry. You installed Dead Cells. It's pretty cool so far. IDT was like, I will not be addressing the allegations at this time. Will Isadora's Edge be my first big release? Yeah, my first big independent release for sure. I mean, if you count my work on Halo Infinite, but I don't think I released that. I think 343 released that. So, when am I planning to launch my game? As soon as it's done, which pretty far out, especially considering the change to Metroidvania. So, I'm hoping I land a demo for it in 2026. That's the plan at least. But big stuff planned for 2026 for all of us, I imagine, for sure. That's the goal. Working on the art assets so you can finally have the Steam page up. Oh, nice. Yeah. Wayne, did Isadora change genres? Sure did. I will not address the allegations at this time. It's a wild thing to join us stream too. I mean, talk to IDT. They're the one not addressing. My game will be out tomorrow. Ooh, exciting. What's my stance on Vetinad, the creator of Megabonk, being just Danny from an alt channel? I know some of those words. Danny makes good videos. I haven't seen any of Vetinad's videos, but if it's just Danny again, they're probably also good videos. This is the part of the stream that chat goes so fast. I don't know how Shovel keeps up. Poorly is how Shovel keeps up. Shovel addressed the not being a shovel allegations. You've never seen me in real life. You don't know. I could be like a mermaid, except the bottom half is shovel. You know? Um, did I design the character's art myself? No. Uh, I had a vision for what I wanted, and I worked with Fur on making Isadora's design, but no, it would be a complete fabrication to say I designed it myself. How do I feel about a world map system instead of interconnected areas? I would need more context on that question. You mean like you load into different regions of a world map rather than like almost like a level select rather than Silksong? How do we join your community? If you just go into Discord. Shovel is a shovel confirmed. Yeah. My shorts are really nice. Hey, thank you. This realistic human male is just a 3D VTuber model. Bro, you're not supposed to tell people. What part of the shovel is it? Is it just the handle or the head of the shovel? Are you the handle or am I the shovel head? Oh, I'm definitely the handle. You grab me by my nose and then use my feet to dig, and my feet is a metallic shovel. I've lost the plot on this. Just updated your game, mostly bug fixed, but there's some new little player animations and sound effects. Nice. Did I play Shovel Knight? I have not. I really need to. It's on my list to play for sure, but demo before GTA 6? Maybe. I don't know when GTA 6. Do they have a play and release date? In diabolical quotes. Hey, Monarch, what's up? IDT, don't know what you're doing. Hey, none of us do. We're all figuring it out together, huh? Bubba, crunch to fix for our submission just in case. Nice. Would I show how Isadora's world looks like an engine, how much of a map you have in a scene? Maybe some of the parts that we've already seen in the video, so no spoilers. I'm going to make the map tool video, probably start working on that video in January, because I think the map tool is in a pretty good spot. And you'll be able to see plenty of that in that video. So, how much will Isadora's Edge cost? I don't know. Maybe $20. I haven't decided. Maybe 25. I'll need to do some research. I'm the main reason you started game dev and your life has never been better. Hey, glad to hear that. Yeah, game dev is very satisfying. Yeah, $120, Bubba. That's sort of what I'm going for. What game outside of Isadora's Edge am I most excited to play? In general, not sure. I'm most excited to play Coral Island. I'll probably play that after the stream. It is a Stardew Valley clone. Like, it's extremely a Stardew Valley clone, but fun. We're all figuring out how to Dead Cells together. True. Funny you haven't touched Shovel Knight yet. I'm trying to make a clone of it. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. Yo, Shovel, what do you think about the game that I've been posting about? Also, sorry for extending the time long. Oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah, I've seen some of your some of the videos. The UI looks really cool. I don't really know what the gameplay's like because I haven't watched the videos that closely, but the UI for it seems pretty sick. A game dev secret. Probably shouldn't finish reading that one out loud, huh? How many levels have I designed till now? Tough question to ask because I broke the original level designs into rooms. Tough question to answer, not tough question to ask. You asked it just fine. Because I broke the original design into like different rooms, and I was like structuring the rooms together. So if you count all the different ways, all the different permutations of rooms I put together and tested out how they felt, it's a lot. But you know, the number of rooms is also quite a lot. But then a lot of that has been scrapped. But I've been working on the world map, like the Metroidvania style world map for the demo, and like restrained the scope of what I want to build out right now to that demo, and that's going really well. So, who made the art and character design for Isadora's main character? It was me and Fur working on it. I mean, Fur did the actual art. So, Yohoka, happy to say your game's demo will probably release in summer 26. Nice. 10 Isadorillion rooms. Yes, actually, that's the answer. I don't know what I was waffling about. What is bro talking about? Been wanting to make a game for a while, but don't know where to start. You also struggle with motivation and procrastinate a lot. Yeah. It's a common problem. It's a common problem. Motivation. I mean, people have said it before. Motivation is very fickle. If I only worked on stuff when I was extremely motivated to it, I'd mostly just play video games, I think. So, a lot of times I find that once I get started working, you know, I get that drive. It's like, I'm like, ooh, I would rather just play a video game right now. But then I start working on the game, and then I can just lock in and work on it for a long time. As far as procrastination goes, you know, reading Reddit, browsing Twitter, all that stuff, it can take a lot of time. Watching YouTube videos too. I follow for the same as anyone. Um, but then I remember, I think the thing that helps me most is if I'm like scrolling something, I try to remind myself, this this is an algorithm that was designed to manipulate people into wasting their time here. And when I realize that, I'm like, you know what? You don't control me, and that can help me break the scrolling cycle. But then sometimes you open Reddit and then you are like, oh, what am I doing? Wasting my time. And you close it and then you open it again. That's why I have blocked it on on the computer I use for working on Isadora. So, um, been wanting to learn Godot to make a 3D hack and slash. Wanted to know tips for using Godot. What's the best thing to do when starting out? I would just say like start making small projects, doing game jams, follow some tutorials, just get a feel for the engine. Um, like depending on how much software design you have experience with, the one thing that's really good for working Godot is to remember to like use composition. Composition is a fantastic design scheme for making stuff in Godot. But if you're just getting started with game development in general, you're kind of new to it, then just go with the flow and make some projects. Um, get similar if you're low on motivation sometimes. Then I start playing a game and immediately want to work on my game. Totally, yeah. Um, have you ever have you ever taken part in a game jam and looked at the things other people made? And go, holy shit, do I got a chance? Every single game jam. Um, so many people make so many cool projects that whenever I finish something, I'm like, I think this is pretty cool, and then I play other people's stuff, and I'm like, damn, I got nothing, bro. I'm losing this one for sure. Probably once I finish Isadora's Edge and have like more time for other projects, I really want to do a video where it's like I compete in game jams until I win one. Like it's the quest to win a game jam because I haven't won one, right? Monarch, you already completed that quest, so uh, but I think that would be a fun video to make. It's one that I've had in mind. But I think that that's like a lot of commitment because who knows how many jams it would take, how many projects I need to make. Um, and I don't even know what the story structure of the video would be until I do all those jams. So it's a project that I have in mind, but definitely needs to wait until I finish Isadora's Edge. So um, multiplayer games require good matchmaking, and so do game jams. True. Um, Tofu, tell them that the game will succeed no much with how much passion they have for it. If they don't, they will still have a game that made by their image and will enjoy. I mean, that's the sauce, right? Um, IDT should start doing jams again. IDT, you should release the demo for your game, is what you should do. First time being in a live stream. Hey, welcome, Charming Loopy. How do I get more XP on YouTube? I have actually no idea. You would think at some point I would learn because people do ask, especially Jumpy, but Jumpy, my long message got sandwiched between two other long messages. Hey, but at least I read that message. So, um, Monarch made a banger game that people didn't want to put down. Exactly. Yeah. How do you make a truly modular and scalable project structure? Good question. I'd say what you want to do is whenever you're working on a system or working on a feature for your game, you build it in a way that it can be extended if necessary in the future. I think if you try to build something too modular right from the jump, you end up with an over-engineered mess. But you want to make sure you can always reuse stuff where appropriate. That's one of the things that I think Godot really helps with is it encourages people to have a good project structure right from the get-go because I think the way it encourages like node composition where you can set up a hitbox, set up a hurtbox, and then you can reuse that stuff in other scenes. I think that works really well. Try not to over engineer from the start is a big headache for yourself. um, will there be a storyline in Isadora's Edge? Oh, for sure, for sure. Bubba says, Zam, dude, 8 years. I trust you got a ton of experience working on a single project for so long. My longest project was like 5 years. It was definitely a learning experience. Blue Sharp. Finally decided to give my shot at making a game. So, quick question: which is more important, highly optimized game, or a clear code structure that is easy to work with and understand? The clear code structure. Obviously, games need to be optimized. Um, Depending on the game, right? It's like for my 2D pixel art game, it doesn't need that much optimization, and premature optimization can kill a project. But if your code isn't clean and properly structured and hard to work in, it's going to be hard to make progress. I think that like having proper tooling is one of the things that can help you make your game the best, right? The easier it is for you to make your game, the more likely you are to make it, right? So, I think that developing tools is a skill that you really want to develop. Like as you extend your career as a developer, those tools are going to help you a lot. Like that's what a lot of what I do with Isadora's Edge is set myself up tools, like creating tools that set me up for success when I'm working on stuff. So I think a lot in advance about what are the tools I'm gonna need to use and what do I need them to do. So I mean, with that in mind, I have a ton of tool scripts. They do a bunch of stuff. I give myself buttons that are easy to press and maintain things for me. And I try to give myself as little headaches to worry about as possible. Um, Making a test version of my game, The Creation of Boredom, to gain experience in Godot. Do you have any advice on how to learn? Use Godot like sources, you know? Uh, I think there are a ton of good tutorials on YouTube and a ton of good uh, a ton of good guides like all over the place. One thing you definitely want to do, get accustomed to when you're learning Godot, is checking the documentation. I think reading the documentation of Godot when you have questions or need to figure something out is like a very valuable skill. Being able to figure out the answer to the question you have by looking at the Godot documentation is very important. It'll save you a lot of time. Um, oh, Vari's here. What's up, spicy bread? Have I ever tried making a 3D model? I have. It did not go well. I think in my devlog for GMTK 2024, I tried to make a 3D model in that video and it went horribly. So then I got one online. So I followed some tutorials on Blender and I made like a pretty decent 3D model of like an anime lady, I guess. Um, and then I have a friend who was doing 3D modeling, and I was like, "Check it out." And he was like, "Whoa, this is not good." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." um, but yeah, eventually I want to get better at 3D modeling, but that's a skill to work on down the line, you know. Um, do I think age matters in learning how to program a game? Like, would a teenager learn faster, better than someone in their 30s or 40s? No, I don't think age is that relevant beyond like I think past a certain age you have like biological processes that make you a little bit slower. But I also think with age comes, you know, some focus, maybe some a better what's the word I'm thinking? Not determination, better consistency. I don't know. I think there are like advantages to being younger and advantages to being older. I think you can keep your burn rate lower when you're younger, probably, depending on what your life stage is like when you're older. But I think anyone of any age can make a game. You know, if a 70-year-old grandma was like, check out this game I made, I'd be like, sick. I love playing this. So yeah, I think game development can be fun for anyone. The same way I think that age doesn't really matter that much if you want to paint. Yeah, anyone can try painting, and you might make a beautiful painting. Same with game development. But a 7-year-old grandma, what is this? An anime? That's the closest I got to a joke for that. Um, he starts every stream talking to chat and answering questions. Yes, yes. I basically just read chat for the beginning of a stream, and answer as many questions that roll in. Um, Monarch, me on my way to make a 2-hour video called The Godot Situation Just Got Worse, and it's me ranting about variant. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. True. Very wise. Shovel just loves talking. It's true. I mean, that was like a primary motivation for making a YouTube channel, right? Was like, I like yapping. I like talking about game development. I like talking about my game. And so I made videos where I could yap about game development. I'm curious, what's your work setup like? How many monitors, horizontal, vertical? Do I have GDScript on separate screens and VS Code natively in Godot? Yeah, I have an external IDE. I have 3 monitors. So I have my primary monitor in front of me. It's horizontal. Then right here, where I have chat, is a vertical monitor. And then up there is my third monitor that I use mostly for if I'm running like music or Spotify or something, or if I just have something open that I want to be able to access. Kind of like a cheat sheet window, more or less. I have my DSLR right there. Obviously, microphone, got some studio lighting. Although the sun is very bright today, so I think the sun just like hit my pink curtains and kind of pinkified the room a little bit. So, when did I first start game development? Been a while now. Was it 2017, something like that? Where I first started working in Unity to learn how it worked. And then I moved to 343 in 2019. I was working at Amazon. I went to 343. And then, yep, since then. Low grade bisexual lighting gifted by the sun. Yeah, I mean, I do love myself some bisexual lighting. I got that blue one back there. And then that one I don't have turned on for stream. It's usually the one I set to pink. So Spotify and streams are my focus noises. You're actually working on your game right now. Nice. Do I play Magic the Gathering? I do not. I did play Yu-Gi-Oh for a while. But then it got crazy. One monitor, gang. I mean, if you can get it done with one monitor, that's like good for you. But I don't know how I could keep everything organized on a single monitor. Sometimes I struggle with two. Everyone in the Shovel Discord laughs at me. Haha, go Unity girl, go. It's so mean. I think Unity is a totally fine engine. Totally fine engine. Haha, go Unity girl, go. You can always rely on IDT. Hey, roll. Yu-Gi-Oh! Lost so much money. Nice. I still have a first edition Jinzo secret rare from the Pharaoh Servant release, like PSV 000 first edition secret rare. I have no idea how much it's worth, but Clack is a Unity gal too. Nice. Seems like Unity gang rising up in the chat. In my debugging lifestyle, Unity's first few frames of the physics engine was always a little bonkers. Discover the same again in Godot. I see. Unity's fine. I just stopped wanting to support the company after several decisions they made. That's understandable as well. So cool. That's one way to make me feel good about being a one monitor dev. Yeah, I mean, if you can get it done, that's great. I struggle with one monitor. It's very hard for me to keep everything. Like I don't like the tabbing back and forth. My like work computer was just a single monitor for a while at the last studio I worked at, and tabbing back and forth between my external editor and Godot itself was brutal. So Swinkly, what's up, Swinkly? The new member wallpaper is fire. Hey, thank you. Nice. Glad you like it. I always forget to mention this. If you're watching the stream and liking it, make sure you press that like button. Helps out a lot. Been playing Wordle in the Discord every day as a joke because you're dyslexic and have a tiny vocabulary. Yeah, me and Insandio have been doing daily Wordles too. I used to do like brain games every day. Like the first thing I would do when I woke up was I would like, wash my face, eat some breakfast, make a coffee, all that like morning stuff. But when I got to my desk, the first thing I would do was do a bunch of brain games. The daily mini crossword puzzle, connections, Wordle, a couple other Sudoku, stuff like that. Just to like wake my mind up. And I picked the ones that were like pretty low intensity. Like, I could do the daily crossword in like 30 or 40 seconds. So it's not like I'm wasting a bunch of time on it, just something to like keep me sharp, and then they paywalled the mini crossword. So I was very upset about that. But for Christmas, actually, Insandio got me these little like daily brain teaser calendars, two of them. One is a daily mini crossword and the other is like just straight up like puzzles and like logic puzzles, math puzzles, brain teaser, stuff like that. So that I had those again since I stopped doing them when the daily got when the daily mini got paywalled. So that was a great gift. I'm really excited about having my daily word puzzles back. Lu 4, they make horrible decisions. Example, they wanted to charge developers every time someone installed their game. Yeah. I think the Unity runtime fee was not a great idea. And people did not like it. Understandably so. Well, whoa, did heaven just open up before him? Yeah, dude, the sun keeps shining through my pink curtains. It's crazy. I hate Wordle and love Wordle. My brother had to help me yesterday. Yeah, totally. Hey, Shovel, this is my first time commenting here, but I really think your short tutorials in Godot, they helped me a lot in developing my personal project. Thank you so much again. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I could help. Monarch, I truly hate everyone. Nice, let's go. Monarch, you say you don't own any Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Tough. Wasn't the CEO fired right after or something? Maybe. I'm pretty sure the Unity runtime fee was the same one who wanted to charge for ammo in Battlefield. Yeah, I think make the ammo pay to win and gotcha system for it. Just starting making my own game of a good amount of savings would be a good idea to try and go full-time or do game dev part-time while not draining your own savings. In general, I think like keeping your burn rate as low as possible is good for having more development timeline, but it's also tough to do everything at the same time, right? It's like with Isadora's Edge, I was working a full-time job. I am doing YouTube videos, shorts, like working on both content creation and my full-time job meant that even though I was working on Isadora's Edge the whole time, it's like you get what, one full weekend development day. The other day is dedicated to YouTube stuff. And then, after work 4 hours or so, 2 or 3 times a week, when you actually have time for it, it's just not very much development time. So it's like a balance, right? How much can you extend your burn rate? How much can you get done in that time? Versus how much are you going to like delay development by having your full-time job? So it's tough. Can someone accept $5 to port my game to Godot so I don't have to pay any fees? If you can save on rent, maybe. True. If you like can live with your parents or something, depending on your age, obviously. Um, Expedition 33 or Silksong? I think by default I have to pick Silksong because I haven't played Expedition 33 yet, but I've heard it's good. I want to play it. Just haven't bought it yet because I'm broke. Um, what was the game you made after the change to Metroidvania in genre? I'm still working on Isadora's Edge, so there's no monopoly in the game engine market. Companies can't just do what Unity did. I feel like something like this won't happen again for a while. I mean, that's fair enough. It's like Godot is a good enough competitor to Unity that when they made a decision that developers were extremely unhappy with, people could go to Godot as the alternative. So that's nice. Claire, I'm the oldest person ever. True. True facts in chat. I remember that one I used. Vari is the greenest person ever. Like ecologically friendly. Like you plant trees or something. Unity packages converted to Godot. Nice. Do I work on developing my game full time? I do now. I do now. Games industry is tough. When is Isadora's Edge releasing? As soon as it's done. I'm hoping to have a demo before the end of 2026. That would be incredible. That's at least what I'm going for. There are so many other engines like Flax Engine, Falco Engine, Monogame, O3DE. Yeah, I definitely recognize those. I actually do recognize O3DE, but can you tell us how much FPS is good enough for games? Mainly how much to focus for the first games? I think having like a target number like that can be a little dangerous, but you definitely want to get above 30 at bare minimum. Above 60 is really good. I want to make sure Isadora's Edge is running above 144, but why can't it release before it's done? Because I'm not EA. Am I right, gamers? Is there a game order or is the game selection random? There is sort of a game order, yeah. I was going through stuff in Discord yesterday, and deleting the entries that very clearly used AI art. Please do not submit games using AI art for Showcase Saturday. Thank you. Pico GD. I'm the only dev for a Roblox game that's pinned to release in early 2027. What's the one thing I should avoid? The only dev for a Roblox game planned to be released in early 27. You should avoid overscoping. I know having a whole year to make finish the game makes it seem like you're gonna have plenty of time to do all kinds of cool features, but 1 year goes pretty fast. So try to keep the scope in check. First, you want to if your goal is to release early 2027, then by mid to mid late, like before August, you want to have a playable demo build that people can play test and you can get feedback on and iterate and polish. You don't want to have you don't want to hit feature complete at the beginning of 2027. You want to be feature complete mid 2026. So that would be what I would do. Quick question. How long did it take for you to consider yourself competent level programmer, as in you can probably create what you want? Well, I went to college for computer science and software engineering, so I felt pretty competent by my senior year of college. So I've always felt very competent programming wise, from a professional sense. But if you're teaching yourself programming, it's a much harder question to answer, and I'm sure that sort of imposter syndrome or self-doubt will continue creeping in. What's the best time of the year to release a game? No idea. Probably depends on the genre, right? It's an interesting question. It's also pretty nice to get playtesters with Steam nowadays. If else times 15K. Bro, leaking my whole source code. Went to a school for game development and web stuff, and most of the things were what I would find by looking up on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the ability to teach yourself the skills you need to basically do anything in the game dev field right now are really, really good. You have tons of resources. You can totally teach yourself. I think school is still valuable. I think there is something to higher education, but I know that it's economically not feasible for a lot of people. So it does make me happy that there's lots of resources online for people to learn how to do it. Well, I'm all self-taught, too broke for college. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a lot of people are too broke for college. I was also too broke for college. The best time to release games is usually around Christmas and summer break if you're AAA. I see. Self-taught programmers are, in my opinion, way more skilled than college-taught ones. They have an actual reason to learn to code. College taught me basically nothing. It depends on the person, right? I think I've met plenty of self-taught developers who are extremely talented. I've also met plenty of college-taught developers that are extremely talented. So Um, can I please play the Steel Ball Run music for Olive Stream? No. Uh, maybe for me felt like that, but I knew most things and would always get things done though, like for 3D modeling, followed the tutorial, same with web design, and was interesting. Yeah, I think like being able to follow tutorials and like learn from them is a huge skill. But I mean, at some point, like after you follow enough tutorials, you have to be able to apply the skill yourself. And so being able to do stuff without following the tutorial is like a good sign. I think that's like a good way to do it. When I wrote my like guide to learning Godot, that was a lot of what I said is like follow this tutorial, try to learn these concepts, read these questions after you've watched the video and done the tutorial, read through these questions and make sure you know the answer to all of these questions. Then go make a project on your own without using the tutorial again to reinforce what you've learned. So I think stuff like that is very good for learning. Vari, am I playing Fortnite today? I put it in Showcase Saturday. Vari, I'm going to put you in timeout. Getting out of tutorial hell is a big step. True. Shovel, can you please play the fan-made JoJo Lion music for Olive Stream? No. 10-year professional developer for embedded with robotics going into game dev and full imposter syndrome mode. Yeah, I think imposter syndrome, I used to have it pretty bad too. But I think knowing that imposter syndrome exists was like a big, like was really helpful for me personally, because whenever I would have like that kind of doubt, I can tell myself, that's not a rational thought. And I did like, what's it called? CBT, the cognitive behavioral therapy or whatever. Learned how to sort of disassociate myself from certain thoughts. So when I have like those kind of imposter syndrome thoughts or those like negative self-talk, stuff like that, I can recognize that it's a thought in my head that I don't want to like attach myself to and just watch it float by. So I mean, in general, I think going to therapy is very valuable for people. You can learn how to, deal with those sort of negative emotions a lot better. So, Shovel, can I play 5 seconds of Isadora's Edge OST? Hey, we got a request that maybe I can actually fulfill. Let's see. Let's see. How loud is this going to be? Am I sitting here with my headphones not connected to my computer like I do sometimes? I do love doing that. All right. Sure. Let's do this one. Let's see if y'all can hear this. This is probably more than 5 seconds, right? Nice. All right. That is a boss theme. Shovel, can you please play Never Gonna Give You Up for the rest of the stream? I will likely not. Banger W, let's go. Nice. All right, I think with that, perhaps we can start playing games and giving feedback. For a solo developed game, how many levels and how long is a good number? I think it depends on what the game is, what the genre's like, I think. Basically as many as you can make. The sleazy answer is at least 2 hours and 1 minute worth of content, right? So, Outbound Pickaxe, Isadora Center. True. Shovel, I've gone through a traumatic incident, and the only thing that calms me down is clown music played constantly. Please help me. I suggest going to a circus. Do I have any tips for starting a YouTube channel with indie devs as target audience like yours? You would think that would be the one thing that I have like really good advice on, but in general, I think it's in my opinion, it comes down to a lot of just authenticity and participating in communities earnestly. Chat has very specific music preferences today. Tofu, are you going for like a streak of top comment on as many shorts as possible? I feel like my past 4 shorts, like you've been top comment on all of them except for one where Monarch beat you out. So Monarch, I want you to point and laugh at him. Chop chop tofu boy, all that. But Tofu's comment game is insane. Shovel, if my game was goated, would you play it for 90 hours? Yeah, if it was goated, for sure. the top comments are actually a strategy of mine. No joke. Tofu. It's like I'm making my name in the community. People will recognize Tofu. When I release my game, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's that guy with that really sick comment game, huh?" You should try Garbanzo Quest. It's a great little indie game you found. Nice. Next short, I'm gonna comment. Everyone like my comment. Jumpy Neb, I hate to inform you that I don't think that strategy will be all that good. I want to get my comments up there so when my devlog inevitably gets onto your channel, they will recognize me. There we go. There we go. Ever heard of the genre of music called noise? I think so, but I can't really recall. I watch a lot of Andrew Huang, although I started watching him when he was Songs to Wear Pants To, and I know he does a lot of genre exploration, so I probably heard it there. But how I did it, pure skill and grind set. Tofu, I want tips on writing good comments. I'd like to see that in the Discord by 6 p.m. sharp. Chop chop, Tofu boy. How many games will I play today? I don't know. Depends on how it's how the vibe is, you know. What's the best total time for developing a game? Oh, again, depends heavily on the game. Congrats on making Isadora's Edge in Metroidvania. Thank you so much. Play 100 games. That's likely not happening. Okay, let's see. First up, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, first up we have a game that was submitted. That's a demo on Steam. So I can open up on Steam and then check the volume before I switch over. Best total time is as long as it takes to get it completed and released without spending 500 years on polish, because you can always polish more. Yeah, that's a good marker, I think. All right, and let's switch to desktop view, and we got Yava Pathforgers. It is available on Steam as a demo, I think. So, Baba, almost forgot any updates on the virtual machine. Oh, I didn't have time to test it this week because I was doing holiday stuff. But, yeah, I'm going to test it again before next Showcase Saturday, most likely. We'll see. Depends on how New Year's goes. All right, press any button. Pause. Escape. Opens my menu, I suppose. Space is some kind of maybe invulnerability jump. Okay, nice. The art style is really nice. We got a pair of legs. We got Steam. Wishlist on Steam. Exit. Play. All right. Why does Isadora have blue hair? Well, you'll find that out when you play the game, I think. First story, A Call to Arms. The Naga cult is getting bold with their newfound army. A campaign to win against them has started. Join the hunt. Okay. Or a flower. Naga cult ritualist. You were right about this one, Lord Isulfa. He slaughtered 14 pilgrims in his last skirmish, all on his own. His task was to capture the villagers in Aurum, not to paint the whole place with blood. And why is he in such a miserable state? Did his body transform again when you brought him back? Video game by Ibrahim Indra Baskara. This should be the last time, my lord. I believe I have found a way to stop it from happening again. We just need to test one last thing with a new subject. Look, we are getting behind. Tazahor's alchemists have achieved far more in their laboratories. You better show me a lasting improvement. We will, my lord. We've studied enough to know what needs to be done. You will have your Pathforger soon. We do need more pieces of salvaged Magitech, however. Oh, this is the same guy. We do need more pieces of salvaged Magitech, however. We only have a few left in our inventory. You will get them for me. Make haste. The pilgrims just housed another Naga into a mortal body. I need the Pathforgers to break their progress. Kulasis. Send this one out as a mindless. Your Agava Pathforgers. I've heard how your tribe's been helped the team. I sent it to hunt down those alchemists yesterday. I wasn't informed about the Pathforgers ready to ambush them. Isolva is really pushing it, sending 4 of those monsters just to take down a handful of my warriors. I did warn you to be ready for this. By the time my tribe Gabara left the Naga cult, Isolfa already perfected by the Pathforgers. He must have trained many of them by now. Your front line is getting thin trying to buy us time. Your plan for the manhunt must start now. How long until the reinforcements you requested arrive? They'll be here before the new year 256 comes, Kulasis. Once they're all here, fighting both Isolfa and your tormentor Tazahor is only a matter of time. This game would be 10 times better if every pixel was a different size. This game is called Yurgava Pathforges. You have seen how strong the Pathforges are, Fenaroots. Every time we take one down, we lose 4 people. Will your champions be able to turn the tide? I've no doubt they will. They're my best pupils. That is why the rest of the pilgrims appointed me to lead today's campaign against the Naga cult. Worry not, Colossus. I fight to win. If your tribe and my people work together, today's war against the Naga cult will soon end in our triumph. Let's go. I can show you the world. All right. We got attack. We got dodge. We can swap our enchantment. Begin combat soon. Use your 3 weapons now. My 3 weapons. Oh, it's not just attack. Oh, and those explode. Nice. Okay. That's my dodge. You on cooldown for a minute. X can swap enchantment. So does that change my spell? I have ice enchant or wind enchant, I suppose. Guess we go ice. See what it's like. She's green. She do be. Nice. Okay. Another one. No matter. I'll take your corpse straight to our alchemist as well. Boom, boom. Oh. Okay. Don't think I successfully dodged that. For gaming. Nice. Parry the red projectiles. Nice. Oh. Those attacks come out a little fast, huh? Oh. Dang. His moves are incredible, some may say. Nice. Okay. I'm not doing super meaningful damage, but that attack, the cast time's a little bit too long. I think I did not parry that correctly. I think I'm gonna die, actually. Oh, nice. We dodged that one at least. Okay, close one. Oh, and I'm dead. All right, let's try again. Let's try again. Abandoned Naga Temple. Please do not make me read more text. All right. So you decided to come too, champion. I apologize for the sudden summon during your period of respite. How have you been? Well enough to get back to work and answer your call to arms, Fanarooz. I departed from Navalai as soon as I heard from you, bringing what equipment I have with me. I'll have you know, I fought a peculiar cultist on my way here. He was big, wielded a pair of kopeshes, and possessed strange powers. Sounds like you just survived a Pathforger. They are the newest addition to the Naga cult's roster, led by Izulfa the Hollowstar, as I understand it. The air about that cultist smelled vile and painful, like poking needles into my throat. It almost felt as if he himself was a catalyst of magical corruption. You catch on quick, champion. That sharp aroma you sensed is indeed caused by magic corruption emitted from the broken Magitech pieces. But unlike the ritualists who each carry a piece of broken Magitech, those Pathforgers fuse said pieces into their bodies, gaining uncanny strength from it. That's what they are, a cadre of elite fighters capable of forging a path for the Naga cult to march east, after we keep them pressed in the west for centuries. There are hundreds of them out there already. If we let the Naga cult train more, we might be unable to stop them from corrupting all the Nagas in Chardaman. Perhaps, but you know I work quickly. You wouldn't bother asking me to come help if you really have no hope to win. Sharp as always, champion. You are right. Just like back when we worked together in Farasha Sanctuary, I do have plans to secure us a swift victory. Which is why I turned this furtive place into our main base of operations, where we can start our moves to turn the tide in our favor. Great, so going with what you always taught me, I suppose you want to mark Izulfa as the Naga cult's current mastermind and hunt him down brief and simple. That would be ideal. Sadly, we have no idea where he is now. The Naga cult has the upper hand at the moment, so Izulfa is likely working behind safety and comfort. But if we fight smart and gain ground against them, we might be able to force Izulfa out into the open. That's where you come in. It's the strongest among my pupils. You mean, no need for me to first hunt down other key targets and break critical operations in the Naga cult? Yes, our bannermen spotted so many of them. There will be plenty for you to do while I gather more friends and allies. We should be seeing results in a few weeks. And while we're speaking about allies, let me tell you one thing. The Gabara tribe also fights against the Naga cult, so we agreed to work together in this. Gabara, a dervish tribe? Surely such a decision doesn't sit well with the Aberrane Council. It doesn't, but the Gabara tribe helped me enough to earn my trust. It's thanks to them that we managed to keep the Naga cult from marching further east so far. I'll tell you more about it later. The Vine Boom on new dialogue. On new task, I mean. I'll tell you more about it later. In success, we'll convince the Aberrane Council that this alliance is worth the trouble. Focus on the task at hand, champion. Fear not, Fanarooz. I know the routine. Okay, this is where I make... Oh, this is where I make something. Records. Okay, that's the guy that beat my ass. There's co-op. Wow. All right. Observe. Master your dodging. It's all in the timing. It do be all in the timing. The projectile is chasing you. Never depart. Okay. Spar. Listen. No. All right. Where do I go to play the game? There's listen. There's co-op. There's records. Swap my hero. I haven't even learned this hero yet. Equipment. Those dudes zooming by on the carpets are fun. Okay, okay. Main task. There we go. Dead Oasis. Let's go. What's the normal amount of browser tabs to have open? A couple hundred, I think. All right. Let's game. Oh. Monstrous Mindless. Immune to life drain buildup. I don't know what that means exactly, but... doing some serious damage. Am I hurting this thing? I don't know. Uh-oh. Laser time. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be shooting the mask, you know? Maybe that's meant to block for the main guy. You can put that on him. Yeah, take that on for size, bro. Uh-oh. He's doing something. Can I parry this? Nope. The answer to that is no, I cannot. Perfect. No contact damage there is nice. Alright. He's doing something. Take one of these. Nice. Oh, hey, is that my bud? Is he here to help me? Uh-oh. Whee! Wait, okay, that didn't work. Take one of these. Let's go, let's go. I don't mind the mask being off center here. I saw the chat say the mask off center. I don't mind that if it like flipped based on the direction he was going, so it looked like he was actually wearing it. But since it's static, it is a little nice. I don't know what my friend is doing, but I appreciate him. Get out of the burst zone. Get one of these in here. Nice. I just need him to not do the, like, homing attack, because that's the one I don't know how to dodge, really. There we go. Nice, okay, this one's not too bad. One of these out there. Nice. Is the camera recentering to where he's going to appear? I feel like there's a sense of where he's gonna be. Maybe it's just like recentering to me once he's gone. I would need to like look at that in depth to tell if it's really happening or if I'm losing it. Maybe it is. Okay, watch the camera. Okay, maybe it's just recentering to me. All right, we're on health bar number 2, ladies and germs. I don't actually know what the germs and ladies and germs stands for. Is this supposed to be the gentleman replacement, I suppose? Or am I specifically talking to bacteria? Oh. I knew he was going to disappear. I don't know why I threw that. Yeah, there we go. Get him with one of those. No, not the attack I don't know how to dodge. He's doing something. I don't like it. Right, put that down. Don't know what's going on, but Is he healing? Something is happening. Take one of these. Okay, maybe he was healing. I don't know. Is he healing again? I wonder if my left click is dealing more damage than my right click. I'm not sure. On my mana regen, pick one of these. Okay. Uh-oh. No glancing allowed. Pick one of these. This attack again, alright? Boom. Don't heal again, please. Oh. My alt is still on cooldown, I suppose. Although, even though it's in what looks like milliseconds, I think it's much, going much faster than that. Oop. Not today, guy. Don't heal. This guy right here. Okay, is he doing the... Nice, okay, you just have to run away from that one. No, stop it. Deciseconds? I see, I see. Take one of these. Alright. Alright, okay. Get in there. He's going down any second now. Ah! No! My HP! Gotta remember, he doesn't attack when he runs out of this. Okay. Alright. The mana is brutal. Just gotta wait. Yeah, it feels like he's gonna do this every time he teleports. I want to finish on my alt to try to deal as much damage as possible. No. Okay. Whew. Don't try to dodge that. The best thing to do here is just to keep this down until I have my alt again, so I can finish with an alt to try to deal as much damage as possible. Okay. Just keep the bar down, whatever that is doing. Okay. Oh, close one. Hopefully that worked like I thought it did. A wholesome DPS check. DPS check is like the first major boss fight in the game. Okay. Get one of these out. The enemy should take a big chunk of damage for breaking the little purple bar. Yeah. I think that would be a good idea. We purpling again? Oh. Is he dead? Please be dead. He's fleeing? What do you mean he's fleeing? Okay. Whew. We got him. Victory. I don't know what these symbols are, but we got 10, 100, 125. Let's go. Let's go. I killed him. True. Okay. Can I like buy some equipment to deal more damage or something? Select your equipment to swap them. Rapidly throw multiple or throw quicker. Multiple maybe? Chakram blocks projectiles or sprays goo. Well, I don't know what the goo is, so I'll keep the projectile blocking. Using special gains power guts buildup. I don't know what that means. Heals me and cleanses you from debuffs. That's probably good. The heal seems nice. Okay. I got goo from the boss. Nice. Okay. Records. Listen. Spar. All right. Next guy. The Jarrett Bog. Go. Get some possible rewards. Yeah, adding tooltips to those icons so it's more clear what's happening would be good. The ritual was a success. Our task is done. Let this Naga deal with the intruders. Let's go. He's kind of hitting that pose, though. Oh. Oh. Ho, 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 ho. Look at my new projectile. Let's go. Nope. Take one of these. Oh, never mind. He doesn't want to take one of those. Ah! Ow. Well. Take one of these and maybe one of these. Nice. Alright. And we're out of mana. So let that charge back up, I suppose. Oh. I'm out of here. Alright. Nope. Ah. Saw it a little bit too late. Take one of these. That croissant. The croissant is attacking me. Oh. I think I took a big hit there. Beware the croissant, dude. Can I break the croissant? Seems like the answer might be no. Get out of here, croissant. Ah, the croissant has like a gravity pulling effect on it. Brutal. Ow. I don't even know if I can break it, but I sure would like to. I think I can also parry the projectiles, right? Like that might be the solution. Like this. Okay. All right. Good parry, good parry. Take one of these. Nice. No mana? Because I did a lot of parries. Wrong button, I guess. Thought it was... Oh, shit. Well, that came out of nowhere. Take a heal. Well, I'd say that attack might be a little bit too fast. That attack comes out perhaps a little bit too quickly. Maybe, all the weapons you brought in the previous battle will be put on maintenance this week. Equip other weapons if you have any. Really? But I like those weapons. Power debuff, I suppose. Can't block projectiles, so I guess I'll spray goo. I can't throw multiple, so I'll throw quicker. Alright. Okay. Nope, don't want to fight that one. That guy again, so I'll go to this one. Croissant PNG floating around the screen needs some sine wave bobbing. Misfortune all from out of nowhere, right? Call that boss Gumayuzi. No, not Monstrous Mindless again. No, anyone but this guy, please. Oh, I should have fought the other dude, man. Ah, I lost my DPS. Bro, can I even kill this guy without my AoE DPS? Yep. Run away! Hey, my friend's here, at least. Oh. Oh, shit. Ah. Wow, that hits twice? At least if I die, I get to stop fighting him. So that's a bonus. Is this guy hurting me with that little... Oh, shit. Run. Ah! Ah, really? That wasn't soon enough to start running? Oh, and I'm dead. Cool. At least I didn't have to deal with his, like, recharging thing. Okay, our scouts spotted the petite Ligishan of yours winning against those Pathforgers with more fire than our bravest tribesmen. I'm having difficulty picturing someone so small like her as one of your best apprentices. I hope my people are not bloating their words. We pilgrims can be deceiving, Colossus. I can also pretend not hearing that backtalk just now, but I need a good reason. You're back, champion. Good timing. Champion. I'm not sure I deserve the title of champion right now. Seems we're ready to make some big moves now, Fanaroos. You brought so many new faces here. More shops available. I did indeed. Colorful stores, aren't they? Frontliners, warriors to join our fight, more merchants to provide us equipments and armaments. Great. The meeting will conclude this quick and I can go home, back to my period of respite. Are we beginning our hunt for Izulfa now? Not so fast, champion. A courier came and said I needed to report our situation to the Aberrane Council. Since I can't leave my post, I gave her a written summary. Same week I sent her out, she returned here and told me the path had become so dangerous. More Pathforgers? Among other things, beasts, monsters, savages, desperates, our bannermen got them all written down. Bounty hunting season came early this time. Oh, you want me to partake in the hunt, I imagine. People offered ample rewards for every single mark listed, champion. A good way to fund and support our campaign. Take the challenge or leave it, it's up to you. And while you're at it, spend some time to get to know the Gabara tribe. Despite what people think of the dervish, they need to show respect to the worthy. Delightful, they better not be as petite as I am. In my defense, young friend, I have yet to see what you are capable of myself. Visit my people, our encampment is but a brief carpet flight south from here. Join us in our fight against Tazahor, a deceitful friend of Zulfa. I look forward to being surprised by your contribution. Nice, I finished the demo. Let's go. Okay, so with the demo finished, let us think critically about this game and provide some feedback. Okay, so obviously, Y sorting. Obviously, Y sorting these sprites would be good because I am currently standing on top of them. And in case you're unfamiliar, Y sorting just means like when I'm behind him on the Y axis, I actually show up behind him. Although it does look like it's Y sorting properly now, so maybe that was just a brief bug. But okay, I need to make sure I mute the game. No one even yelled at me to mute yet. So, with this, I think first I want to talk about the hold on. Let me hide my screen for a second so I can mute the game. Okay, I'm distracting myself with the music. Okay, and back to the game. Okay, so by the looks, it's a pivot issue. Oh, you think so? Sprites need pivots at their feet. Yeah. Like the sprite needs to be pivoted at the feet so that it can Y sort properly. But it is Y sorting now, so it seems like that might have just been a temporary bug. But so the first thing that comes to mind is like the story elements. There was a lot of expository like info dumping with lots of character names, lots of factions, lots of tribes and stuff, like right at the beginning of the game, like lots of stuff to just read through, which I generally would advise against. I think having some story to the game is good, but you introduce it before I, as a player, had a chance to care about it, if you see what I mean. You know, I didn't know who any of the tribes were. I didn't know what was being talked about. I didn't have any context for the story that I was reading through. So I was just like reading words that I didn't really have any attachment with, right? You need to get buy-in from the player to care about the story, right? And you do that through the gameplay, right? You get the character to care, you get the player to care about the story because they're a part of it, you know? It's like you put the player in a situation where they want to save people. They want to help. Like, you know, they see someone getting attacked and they fight the monster to save them. Or, you know, they get attacked and some people help them. Then they want to help the people back, right? Your goal is to make the player want to care about the story rather than just having them read a bunch of stuff before they play the game. It's like by the time I I think there was even a good moment where you could have stopped the dialogue and started the gameplay, and it would have shown the proper amount of restraint. Um, there was like a cut in the dialogue I read for a little bit, and then it was like your Gava Pathforgers. If you had gone into gameplay right from there, it would have been not like the strongest intro to the story to get the player to care about it, but it would have worked. But the current version, there's just too much. Strife PTSD. There's just a little bit too much story and too much reading before you can actually get into the gameplay, right? And then after I fought the first guy and died, I was like, all right, I want to go fight another guy. I want to give the gameplay another shot, right? I want to redeem myself. I want to try stuff out. And instantly I had to read more dialogue, which like it breaks the flow state that you are trying so hard to achieve, right? Your goal with a game like this, it's a boss rush, like roguelike-y type thing, right? So your goal is for when the player dies or beats a boss, for their first thought to be, I want to fight another boss. I want to do it again. Either I want to get another win, earn more stuff, or I lost. I want to go fight him again and win, right? I want to prove myself. And when I died to that first guy, that was the feeling I had. I was like, I want to fight him again because I think I can get him next time, right? I think that I can win. But instead, I had to read a bunch of dialogue. And by the time I got through the story stuff and got to this scene, that drive to go like rematch him and beat him this time was kind of gone. So that's like something you really, really want to pay close attention to. Make sure you're preserving your players' flow state, your players' desire to continue fighting, continue playing the game. Yes, and you have to make your player care about the world of the game before you can give them these big long like expository information and info dumps and long dialogues between characters, because when you don't care about something, the dialogue means nothing to you, right? I don't know who these people are, right? So if these two were having a long conversation, I wouldn't care about it. I'm like, oh, Blue Lady is talking to Antlerman, and I don't care, right? But if, this guy saved me once, and then she gave me some cool equipment, and then I did some more fights, and then she upgraded my equipment, and then he taught me a new spell, suddenly I like these two. Suddenly Antlerman and Blue Lady are like my favorite people. So then when they're having a dialogue, I'm like, hey, Blue Lady, you be nicer to Antlerman, okay? He taught me cool spells, right? So that's the kind of thing you want to encourage in your player, right? You want them to care about the world and then give them dialogue that rewards them for caring about the world. Right now, you sort of have the order reversed. But I think that that's actually a relatively easy problem to solve for the demo. You just have to show restraint on the story, cut back on it, give a little bit less, and try to involve the player in those early stuff. Like, I think one thing is you can swap your hero. And so the fact that you're not like forced to be this particular character does complicate things a little bit, because this player is definitely like, if I was always this character, right? Then you can make stuff about this character and it feels like it's about me. But if I can swap character, suddenly that feels a little bit less relevant. But there are ways to solve it. So I think what you'll probably want to do for the demo is show some restraint on the dialogue here and get into the action quicker. Then on the concept of the action, I think the first and most obvious thing that probably everyone watching realized is that boss had way too much HP. I fought that guy for way too long. I think you can have boss fights that last a long time, have lots of phases, have lots of different attacks, and it's like really a gauntlet to like survive through. That's a fine boss fight design, but not for the first like major boss of the game. Like there was a boss before that, but he felt very much like a tutorial, and also it seems like it was supposed to be a scripted loss, or maybe I'm just bad. But either way, the first like real fight of the game against the like healing regenerator guy lasted way too long. So with that in mind, what you want to think about when you're doing these early boss fights in the early levels of your gameplay is give the player lots of early wins. You want to hit them with dopamine, but you want to hit them with the rewards for playing the game early on, right? It's like getting that first boss kill should feel good. So it just needs to come a little bit faster, right? Make a hard boss fight that like I dodge some stuff, I get some hits off, and I take him down. It feels good, right? You can even do a couple like weaker enemies or weaker bosses before one like more challenging boss, so that it like has that sort of cadence of like a quicker win, then a really tough, satisfying win, and then you're hooked, right? You've gotten several good wins and you've fought one really tough guy. I think that's something that you definitely want to avoid, though, is the super long, super tanky boss fight. Like, maybe there were ways for me to like use my spells more efficiently to deal more damage, but I don't know what they are. I just started the game, right? And so you want to avoid a situation where your player doesn't know how to deal damage more efficiently and they feel like they're doing their damage as efficiently as they can, and it's just not even close to working. So that's a big one. And then on the second boss fight, another piece of balance feedback for you is you want the attacks the boss has to be reactable, right? It's like if I pulled up that fight in like Premiere, I would time the amount of time it took before I could even visually see the boss's attack and it hit me. See how long that was and compare that to, you know, your average human reaction time. Because my reaction time is about 200 to 250 milliseconds. I do not have a very good reaction time. And so by the time I visually comprehended there was an attack coming at me, it had already hit me. You want to make, especially for the second major boss fight in the game, the second fight you really do, that even if they have one attack that is hard to dodge, it's at least comprehensible. And maybe maybe I'm old. Maybe I just saw it too slowly and didn't react to it. But generally, I can play League at a fairly decent level, and I react to stuff pretty well in that game. But this one, even once I saw it, the first time it hit me, I thought maybe I just need to be watching for it. Second time, it still felt completely unreactable. So I'd say with that boss, you want to make sure the attacks are coming at a cadence that are dodgeable. And you had the two little floating ads on the tank. Two little floating ads, like helping the boss out by like shooting extra projectiles. Maybe there were even three. I know there was like the one that came out in like the spiral pattern and the one that came out in like the 3 and then the one gravity affecting one. Although I think the one that came out in spiral pattern might have been one of the boss's attacks, right? With those guys like helping the boss by dealing damage, one thing that I definitely felt in that fight was I wasn't under a lot of threat most of the time. There were like small bursts of threat. In between the small bursts of threat, it was just like doing this, you know? So shoot him until I lose all my mana, maybe run up and hit him with one of these and do like this, and then maybe run up and do one of these and then do some of this and then wait and then try to dodge everything. Then wait for him to pop up on the other side of the screen and do some more of this, right? Which isn't the most engaging gameplay pattern, right? I feel like with a game like this, the gameplay pattern that's most interesting for a player is to be balancing dodging stuff while dealing damage. You know, it's like dodging, and shooting, but you've sort of backed yourself into a bit of a corner here because you can't move while you're attacking. Like the fact that I guess I can actually scoot a tiny bit if I hold between shots. You can see it's moving a little bit, but I get locked into this, and the animation is quite long actually. Between shots, you're locked in place for a while. Same with a dodge. When you land from this dodge, you're locked in place for quite a bit. And because of that, I can't really like throw this out and then do like spot dodges, right? I can't twitch react to the boss's attacks while I'm in this animation, which meant, especially against the really tanky guy, if I was doing this and then he decided to laser, by the time I saw the laser come out, I no longer had enough time to actually dodge it, which encourages your player to have a much more conservative playstyle. They will go for attacks in less open windows because if the boss starts an attack, they need to be free to dodge. So you'll throw a couple of these out, then get ready to dodge. And unless they know the boss is like specific timers, which is also not that fun, right? If you know the boss waits for exactly 4 seconds before he starts throwing something, so you can do this for this long. To me, I don't enjoy that play pattern as much. Rather than like seeing the wind up and reacting to it. That's way more interesting to me. But because I can't move during my attack and I'm locked into these long animations, it encourages me to throw less of an amount, right? And then also the play pattern for while he's doing his healing and charge is like really not that interesting. It's like I'm under no threat while he's doing that. I can just do this. So I'm just waiting. And because I have my limited amount of mana, I like spend it all. And then I just need to wait and regen it while his bar fills back up, wait to get my mana back, throw another one of these out there, drain my mana again. It's not a very interesting way to fight a boss, right? It was very much like, what's the word? Drudgery. Like it was just like doing the same thing over and over again, waiting for the results. It's like you want the bosses to have that like action-packed, high intensity, high stakes feeling to them. And, you know, beating his ass over and over again, waiting for his health bar to refill as I beat it and waiting for my mana to come back. There's a lot of waiting that happens in these boss fights. And that's something you definitely want to avoid, is all that waiting. So one thing you could experiment with is, how does it feel if you let the player move while they're attacking, right? If I can move while I'm throwing it, that will make so much of the stuff that the bosses do way easier to dodge. But when stuff is easier to dodge, you can throw more stuff at the player, right? Give me more agency to dodge attacks and react with Twitch. Give me more agency to play aggressively, and then give me more stuff to deal with while playing aggressively. That's really what I want to do, right? I want that snake boss to not only have the 2 ads shooting projectiles, but he also, every time he's on the side of the screen, there are just some like purple orbs coming from that side, right? And then in the second phase of the fight, there's even more stuff coming down, right? There's like lightning shooting from the sky and landing in like a small zone. So there are little like AoE zones I need to dodge. And all that time, I'm just like peppering him with attacks while dodging and dodging and dodging. Then you shoot something out that I jump over it and I attack while moving. Like I want to be able to play more aggressively. And right now, the game design does not support that aggressive play style. And in general, playing aggressively is more fun. Additionally, less downtime, less waiting. There was a lot of waiting in every boss fight. Waiting until I can get him to stop the healing pattern. Waiting for him to finish his attack so he pops up on the side of the screen and I can hit him again. Waiting until I have to dodge something because he's disappeared off the screen. It's like you want to get less downtime and more uptime, really. It's like more time fighting, dodging stuff, attacking, less time waiting for stuff. Then, another thing, which is a more minor feedback, but the ads that were floating on screen, like the croissant and the other, like, the diamond guy, I think their movement pattern was a little bit like predefined. It didn't feel like it was reacting to me much as a player. So they would end up in places where the diamond was like right next to me as it fired. You might want to add some buffer to that so that the diamond is sort of trying to stay around the player and you can have some like distance on it, but make it so the ads are really feel like they're trying to take down the player rather than they just like exist on the screen. It's like a minor game feel thing, like changing the way that they move around the screen to react to the player rather than just being a set path, but it actually makes the combat feel way more dynamic. So those are the things that I would try. I think one thing that clearly your game is doing well is the aesthetic. I think the art looks really nice. I love the minimalistic pixel art style, like the unshaded pixel art, where it's like the big blocky colors. I feel like that looks really nice. And at least on this background, your player stands out a lot. Like the green and red against the gray feels nice. I think on one of the maps, it was like grassy, but you have these darker tones of grass, so the player still stands out pretty well because although the color is the same, the values are quite different. So I think those, like these details, the aesthetic details, the effects, like when they do their attacks, like this effect looks really cool. And the boss that kept healing, all of his attacks looked really good. And you have some nice emotion in this scene, like the town feels sort of alive. You might make it so that some of these characters like walk back and forth, like have her like walk over here, walk up here. Like this sparring looks nice. But like you can add a little more motion to the scene, but overall it feels pretty good. I think that this tub feels nice, especially with the like carpets going overhead. The hub feels pretty good. So with that in mind, I think you can apply some of those game design feedback to try to make the boss fights more engaging and more fun. Additionally, because waiting doesn't really feel challenging, and attacks that some players will react very negatively to attacks they can't dodge. Like if something comes out that's undodgeable, they like rage quit the game, right? I'm not a rage quit type gamer, but I'm like an acceptance type gamer. If an attack comes out and I think it's not dodgeable, I'm like, well, I just have to accept that I'm going to take damage there, you know? And that's also not a good emotion to instill in your player. So make sure all the attacks have like a proper reaction window. And if all the attacks are properly reactable, if everything feels like it's in the player's control over where they get hit or not, then you can put more stuff on screen because it feels like they're in control, right? If there are a bunch of attacks coming on screen, a lot of projectiles that I need to deal with, but I can dodge them all, right? It feels like it's within my power to dodge everything. Then when I take damage, it's like, oops, I messed up, rather than, okay, here comes the laser that I can't possibly dodge. Your Gava did your best with the visuals. Yeah, the visuals are great. I think the visuals look really nice. I think the visuals aren't really something to worry about. Your projectiles look good. The particle effects look good. The movement looks good. The animations look good. You have this like 8-directional movement that I think looks nice. Okay, it's actually 6-directional movement, right? Because there isn't straight up and straight down, which you could add if you wanted to. It's like you have left movement, right up, left down, right down. Those all look good. But when you're moving straight down, it just plays, you know, one of the diagonal movements, which for most of the time is going to be fine. You don't move straight up that often, but it's it's 6-directional instead of 8-directional because it's missing those two. So you could add those if you want to, but the art looks great. The animations look great. The particle effects look great. And even like the menu design, I think this looks really nice. And I think it's even, yeah, it looks like it's even pixel perfect menu scaling too, which is cool. Um, and it's like, so obviously the game looks really, really nice. And I think the sound effects were good too. Um, but I think, yeah, I think you might want to work on the actual boss fight design to make it more fun to fight against. And then also and then get the player into battle as fast as possible, right? You want them to play the game very quickly and you want very little downtime between playing the game. Then once you have those like fundamentals worked on a little bit, you can think about other design choices like the equipment stuff. The fact that they break when you die is a little bit unfortunate because I want to. Am I standing on the table? Whatever. Because you want the player to like, they're trying to like, I wanted to master the ability set I had. I'm like, okay, I have these abilities. I want to get really good with my ability set so that I can like take on these bosses. But then I have to use something else. And forcing the player to use other options makes sense from a design perspective because it's like maybe the boss is easier if you have certain tools available. And so if you lose with some of the tools, you want to encourage the player to switch to stuff that they like have a better chance with. But the problem with that is maybe I was already using the best tools and I just am not good, right? Maybe I just flubbed it and now I can't even use the good tools against the guy that I was just struggling with. But uh, but that's like a design decision, right? Something to think about and see how players react to it. But I think right now you're a little bit limited from the boss fight design in the first place before you can get to that. Before you can get to those more like minute decisions. But I think overall the game is very cool. It has a cool art style, and I think that the sort of like go to different boss rushes, fight stuff, come back to your hub, upgrade, get different equipment. That's all like a fun pattern. So you have a good base here to work from. I probably need to rewatch this as a VOD later. Make sure I can consult upon your feedback here. I need to work on this. Thanks for the much needed feedbacks. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I'm glad I can help. Also, I just noticed this while running around. Character looks like a strawberry, huh? Got a little strawberry on their torso. So that's pretty cute. But yeah, really, really good job with the game so far. I think it's really cool. It has a lot of potential. That's for sure. I think it's easy to give in-depth feedback on the individual pieces of game design because you have like a nice basis here to continue to grow from. So I would just keep working on that. Great job. Let me hide my screen and drink some water real fast before we get to the next game. Oh shit. Cat with the 5-month resub. Thank you so much, Cat. That's awesome. Can we get some +2s in chat for Cat? Claire, what rank are you? I don't play ranked. I think the last time I played ranked was in like season 4, season 5. And I played until I hit gold because I wanted the skin for hitting gold. And then I stopped playing ranked and went back to my normals. So I have not played ranked in a long, long time. Okay, let's close this game so I can open the next one. So close to the new member icon at 6 months. True. The shovel member icons are so cool. Okay. Next up, we have Got Slimed by Pop Ross Rocks, Vari, and Penguin's Fin. And Vari, I know you take this all very, very seriously and you want as much feedback as you can possibly get. So I saw you post this. Oops. I saw you post this thumbnail. Open imaging tab. On Discord. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit because I think it's like a helpful to think about, marketing and capsule and stuff. So the idea behind this thumbnail is good, I think, right? You have this little knight, you have a big enemy. Got slimed implies that this little knight is getting slimed, right? And you followed a couple good design principles here, like the rule of 3, for example. You have the title, you have the guy, and you have the knight, right? That's all really good. But one thing that's clear to me are the values on this are a little bit too close, right? Like the values of these greens are very similar to the values of this wall. So he sort of blends in to the background a little bit. The knight's helmet stands out really well values wise against like the flooring, but this guy is a little bit too similar to the back wall. Additionally, another like design issue that you're facing here is it's very cramped, right? I can tell you wanted to fit everything in here, so you got it all in and laid it all out until it looked pretty nice. And it looks pretty good. But what you want to think about when you're designing your thumbnail is like, what is the intended feeling you want people to think when they see it, right? And I know what most people think of is I want people to see it and think that looks cool. I want to play that game. But the way you do that is by invoking a certain vibe, right? And I think what you have here is this little knight and a big slime. I think you should lean into that. You can make the little knight even smaller to make the slime even bigger, right? And that way there is this juxtaposition of a little knight versus some big slime. I don't know what the game is, right? It might not be fighting against a big slime, but it gets the feeling of like I'm going up against this really difficult challenge, right? Then Got Slimed can fit into the open space created by shrinking the knight, because now you're creating a composition where you have like a big slime taking up space up here and a little knight taking space here, and then Got Slime fits over here. Additionally, you could like put it in the middle where there's like a little knight in the middle and a big slime in the back, and then Got Slime takes the places around it. But you definitely want to fade out the background here so that you're increasing the contrast between the slime and the background wall, and then index a little bit more on the juxtaposition between small knight versus big slime so that you buy more space so that the text can breathe and people can have the room to focus on the three elements individually, which is big slime, little knight, Got Slimed, right? So that's what I would think about for your thumbnail. I think that this thumbnail is like a good thumbnail. It gets the point across. I think people will click on this, but those are the little things you want to think about for improvement on those sort of design elements. In fact, I can actually show you a sample of this if I pull up Photoshop for a recent thumbnail I did for my YouTube video. Because I essentially followed the same principles. Let me open it up. Devlogs, thumbnails. Right. So I can sort of show you how I thought about the process of making this thumbnail for my video, right? Which ended up being the best performing one. You can see I got a lot of stuff going on in here. And that's the Metroidvania text. So when I'm following the rules of three here, what I wanted people to see was Isadora, the word Metroidvania, and then like some new background art, right? That was the goal for this thumbnail. Those were the three elements I wanted people to see. First Isadora, then Metroidvania. And that's why I made the background elements more orangey so that she popped out with the blue, like create more contrast between the colors there, not just the values. I also desaturated the background and lowered its brightness so that Isadora would pop more. In addition to adding this, wait, where is this layer? No, that's the gradient. This gradient exists. You know, you can see the difference here. When I added the vignetting around the side, it pulls the focus to Isadora in the center, so that she's not along the outside edge. Then this right here is a lighting layer that I put a 25% soft light glow on Isadora's sprite just to make her pop out against the background a little bit more, so that the focus is drawn to her. It's like, in my mind, the focus is on Metroidvania, then Isadora. This makes me focus on Isadora, then Metroidvania, which is the order I wanted, right? Then this is just Isadora's sprinting frame. And then this is the background. And this background, like I said, I desaturated and I pushed the colors down so that contrast-wise, Isadora and the text Metroidvania popped up. So rule of threes, make the three elements follow in a specific order. First Isadora, then Metroidvania, and then apply effects that cause that to happen. The vignette and the soft lighting pull the focus to Isadora first, and then the rest of it is just like little details to make it look nice. But that's how I think about designing thumbnails and how pulling attention the way you want it to. And obviously the feeling I was trying to invoke there is Isadora exploring a new region and exploring a new concept, which is why I put her running through this new environment. And then obviously the big text Metroidvania is similar to how you would put the capsule text for your game. But that's the idea behind thumbnail design. And when I saw you post that Got Slime thing, I was like, I should go over this because it's the kind of feedback I think Vari would want. But with that in mind, let's actually play Got Slimed, huh? Find out what this game's about. Monarch says he's got a bit of headache. Doesn't think it's healthy for him to be up even further. Be seeing you guys. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Monarch. Good to have you here. Hope your headache goes away. Take some Advil if you gotta. IDT vignette makes me angry. It's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool. I feel like my eyes must know what to see and expect from a thumbnail. Yeah, it's like people intuitively understand thumbnails and what looks good without knowing the rules behind making them. And then if you don't know the rules when you're trying to replicate it, you can tell like, oh, this feels weird or this feels a little off. Oh, Shy Guy's here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the what's it called? Super chat. I really appreciate that. What are my opinions on blue rectangles? Oh, pretty sick. Pretty sick. I really like the way it looks in chat right there. Thank you so much. That's awesome. But yeah, people know what to expect. So when you're making thumbnails and you're making capsules, you can sort of tell, like, you get a vibe of like, this looks okay, but I don't know how to improve it or what's wrong with it. And so knowing how to think about what you're doing is really like the context for being able to make good stuff, right? It's not just being able to tell if the thumbnail is good. It's being able to tell which elements you're either using or not using to improve or make things like worse, right? Like which elements are making things worse and which elements could make things better. What rules are you breaking? And that's another thing is like having a framework for thinking about your thumbnails and thinking about your like advertisements and your marketing art and stuff. Using that framework isn't just, blindly follow it every time. It gives you the rules that you can choose to follow or break when the needs present themselves. So, at least having the language with which to talk about and think about the things you're doing are how you can make informed and clever design decisions, right? You can't buck trends without knowing the trend you're bucking, right? All right, let's play Got Slimed. Submission to the 20-second game jam. So is the game 20 seconds long? Be a lot of build up for a game that only lasts 20 seconds, huh? I don't normally watch streams, so this is really cool. I think I'll return for future streams. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just a heads up for chat, this game is a Metroidvania where knowledge is the gate to progress. So be cautious when sharing spoilers. Oh, okay. So I should try to avoid chat while playing this game. Let's go. Unity. Dude, speaking of thumbnails, the Unity logo is so hard to use in thumbnails. It is always so awkward working with it. Full screen it. This is my Fin HTML classic itch.zone. This is my final challenge, champion. You are now at the lowest level of this dungeon and where my study used to be. This is my first challenge, actually. Thank you for coming to my rescue. I never, ever expected my experiments to go this badly, but this is where we are. I am forever grateful that you have answered my call. Of course, compensations of the highest order will be awarded as soon as I am free. Thank you, hero. Defeat this final boss, and the hex should be lifted. This gelatinous glutton feeds off frustration and is known to trap the hero in a time loop. You must not give up. With everything you have learned during your quest, you should have all the skills for this job. You do remember your training, right? Obviously. Duh. Of course I remember my training. It's stupid. Oh. Okay, effects are a little bit loud. Music looks good. About here, maybe? Okay. Maybe music's a little bit loud. All right, let's stop fiddling. I'm on level 20 from the start. Let's go. Ooh, nice little effect. Cute transition. Lost. Okay. Oh, I instantly died. All right. I'm sorry I failed you, wizard. Did I break it? Okay. Restarting. I instantly broke it. Okay. Refiddle. Okay. Ah, nice. Okay. Oh, I found a secret. Can't really see. Okay. Ooh, a note. Torn page. I thought that said singles. I was like, lonely singles in my area. Sigils and glyphs. Learning. Well, I didn't have a chance to read that. Okay. Oh, hey, it's the big slime man. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, you gotta read this quickly, I guess. Tell your friend you use words alone, the meaning small and vague. Words are a magic language. Each glyph, unique aspect of our physical world. First circle. Okay, first circle. I learned first and circle. Okay. First circle. What's second? First circle. Useful. A good pair is a baseball. After this lesson, you'll be able to conveniently remove pesky shields from giant evil slimes. Okay, this seems relevant to me. So first do a circle, then make a baseball. Okay, but I think I'm out of time. But I learned something. Okay, can I go through that door up there? There's a skull. Okay, can't go through the door. Can I break the other walls? I sure can. Lemons. I can throw lemons at the pot. Oh, yeah, I remember, sorry, Vari posted a work in progress of throwing stuff at the pot. Okay. We need to explore the pot further. Shoot green flag double time. Strawberry lemon flask. Oh, no. Lemon plus skull plus flask. That creates something? Pink potion. Drink. Oh. V equals key. Okay. Okay. So I need the skull. Need the lemon. Need this. Gib. Drink. Shoot the slime. Break through here, because now I can see. Oh, okay. Nope, can't break through that wall. Can't break through that wall. Okay, okay. Okay. Give me the pink potion. Nope, pink potion, please. Okay. Can I break that wall? No. At least I can see the wall. Plus, plus. Maybe what I need is to read something down there. Maybe the point of that is to read something written on the wall. I need my skull. I forgot about the skull. Something written on the wall down here. Quick. There's 2 flowers down there. Oh, there's lots of flowers down there. Okay, let's go see what the... What's up with the flowers? Blue fire, I can eat it? Okay, eating the blue fire does not work. Oh. Seems like the game might not restart properly if I die instead of running out of time, or do I still have to wait for the time to finish? That's fine. I can just restart. Oops, I didn't fiddle. I'm supposed to fiddle. Okay. So can I break this wall too? Okay. Oh, baseball. Circle first. Boom. Then this. Oh, I found another secret. Okay. Convert here, gold. That's like a diamond. Triangle. Alright, let's explore. Oh, I don't have a triangle option. What's down here? Oh, it's another path. Okay. Start circle, then go this. Convert here, gold. Oh, is the diamond wrong and actually circle is correct? So, okay, okay. I like the idea here. So first circle, then this. But I don't see the other option either. Okay, hold on. I see V equals key. And this is shoot the green, blue, and red. What does this mean? Okay. That means something, right? Maybe I need to make a blue flower potion? Shouldn't eat it. Lemon instead of a... Okay, that didn't work. Blue and red. Blue and red. Triangle plus downward triangle. Yeah, that's not right. Oh, if I do this... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I want to do this and that? No. Maybe there's a combo here that creates the diamond? Right? Because it's like diamond here, gold. I mean, they were happy about it. Not happy about that one. Okay, so this is a good start. What if we do this? Nope. That is not beloved. What if we do this? Oh, right. Because the V equals key. Right. Got it. Got it. Got it. So now we can go through this door. Oh. Glyph means kill. All right. Got glyph means kill. Right. V means key. First you make a baseball, then you add a V. Got it. Got it. Got it. Give key. Okay. The Wizard King Brimblor has killed over 1 billion dwarves. Come on. Shape refers to the physical location. It means apply. Swirl means roughly or similar to. The object. Okay. I need more time to read. Glyph means the object on top of me will cause the sigil to linger. It means kill. Dangerous of all. Okay, so we're going to need to make a killing spell. I think. There were more notes in there. Oops. I don't even have enough time to read. Apply item to top of me plus square 3. Plus square 3. I don't really have a 3. Huh. How do I make a 3? What does that mean? We need to read the notes some more. Okay, V means key. So I know we can create keys. What you got for me? Slime killing potion. 1 slime skull, 1 dungeon flower, and water. Okay, I need to create water. Oops, wrong button. Okay. So there must be a way to create water, then make the dungeon killing potion after getting the flower. Do I have enough time in 20 seconds to do all that? I also need something that breaks the... Take the scroll note. Apply item on top of me is plus square 3. Apply item on top of me. Can I put an item there and then... Let's find out. What if I... Plus square and then throw this on top of it? Nope. No. Plus square 3. Plus square 3. Maybe... Okay, V equals key. Ah, I see. I can break through the wall like that. Oh, then there's a wall down there I can break through. That's why those walls are breakable, I see. Oh, that's a teleporter. Oh, okay. That teleporter is extremely convenient. All right, we're learning. Okay, wait for this restart. And there's a breakable wall down here somewhere. I want to see what's going on with it. Yeah, this one. Is there something written on that wall? Maybe, maybe. Is there anything else to learn from this note? Anything else to learn from this note? No. But if we read the other half of this, maybe we can learn how to get the thing. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, that room seems to be a red herring. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not, but... Give potion. Okay. This plus plus. Is that plus plus supposed to mean something? I don't know. I want to read the other half of that letter again. Nope. Nope. Nope, not you. The shape referring to the physical location. The swirl means roughly or similar to object on top of me. I need to read the bottom of that letter again. If I can read the bottom of that letter again. Draw a sigil that means harm the object on top of me. So this is the object on top of me. So start with square. And then... Stop it. Harm the object on top of me. No, not the skull. Okay. What? Is a square with an X through it means kill. There isn't a square with an X through it, but can I make that with these two? I mean, not really. Oh! I can... Nope. Is there a way to make a square with an X through it? Oh, you can right click to simply shoot backwards. Oh, I see. Convert here gold. I feel like I'm lacking some kind of critical information. Oops. Plus square is apply item on top of me. Okay, can I apply a lemon on top of myself? Square plus... Oh. Oh no. Oops. I think I shot two sigils at once. I think I thought two sigils at once. I want to apply an item on top of myself. What happens if I apply the skull, maybe? Put the skull in the center. Oh, that's not it. It's square plus. Okay, I need to decipher this, huh? Shoot green. Convert here gold. It's got... There's a potion for water, right? This one? Slime skull, dungeon flower, and water. Now, how do I get water? How do I get water? How do I get water? If I look at the sigils I have available to me. Mother. Kill object on top of me roughly. Oh, right. Harm the object on top of me was the assignment. Oh, okay. The assignment was make a sigil that harms the object on top of me. And they got a 10 out of 10, which means the square and the plus and a 3 was correct. Right? Because this one, convert here gold, is too vague. It's not actually following the assignment, I guess. But this one, come on. Okay. You can see the assignment was draw a sigil that means harm the object on top of me. And this got a 10 out of 10. Plus square with a 3. Okay. So, that looks like I'm supposed to fireball the cauldron. Right? That's like this looks like the cauldron. This looks like, do I fireball the cauldron while hot and cold? Do I need to fireball the cauldron while I'm making a potion, maybe? That's not it. Fireball cauldron. Fireball cauldron. I can grab this. I don't think that works, but I think it's worth trying. See what happens if I experiment with the flower a little bit rather than just trying to solve it natty. Oh, I just noticed. There's a blue potion. Don't know what blue potion does, but I did just notice I can destroy the walls around here. Not just... Mother. I want to find out if there's anything on the walls. That's my goal. Oops, did I just start 2 instances of the game at the same time, maybe? God. Okay. Hard to control. Come on. Ah! Okay, I already checked those other walls. Maybe I need to just do that last one. Unless you have to destroy all the walls for something to happen. Okay. Okay. Seems like destroying all the walls doesn't do something unless I also need to make the blue potion. But seems unlikely. Make the blue potion, then fling myself at the walls. Try not to bounce the bullet back onto myself. Okay. Destroyed all the walls with the blue potion active. That is not anything. That is not anything. Okay, let's try the flower again. That's not the flower. This, although I think I'm a little bit too slow. The blue potion was something. Oh, this ain't the blue potion. Blue potion. I wonder if it's relevant which of the four flowers I take. Doesn't seem likely. I also still don't know what's up with the 2 circles. Oh. Maybe I need to be able to see with the 2 circles? Let's find out. Got anything for me, 2 circles? Plus. No. Alright, let's make the blue potion this time. Almost shot myself with a fireball. But I didn't. Oh, that's the wrong way. Alright, well, this ain't the run. That's not even the skull. Comedy of errors on this one. First, destroy those 2. Go this way. Get the blue flower. Any blue flower seems fine. Destroy this. Throw this. Grab the skull. Throw this. Grab the pot. This. A blue potion. Throw it at it. No? Drink it. Nope. Is the blue potion water? I don't think so. But it was water plus a skull head, right? Blue flower. Oh, I can't pick that one up for some reason. Let me go read the thing again. Read this guy. No. Not this guy. Read. Slime skull, dungeon flower, water. Okay. I don't think blue potion is water, but let's find out. Man, I'm guessing that that's not right, because how could I possibly have time for that? Okay, first I need to get rid of the... I need to get rid of the shield. But I'm seemingly missing sigils I need, right? Like the 3? And water? Is there... Let me make the visibility potion again and see if there's something I'm just not seeing. No? Triangle, everything useful. I don't think I've seen that note before. How did I never see that note? Wait a second. How did I never see that note? Oh, it's before I knew I could break those walls. Triangle, everything is as a suffix. Like a star. Oh, wait. Diamond X square? Looks like there was a show sigils spell. It was like... Nope, not that. Triangle's everything. Okay, I need to go figure out what's that show sigil spell. Wrong way. There's an X through a square. There's like a square around it, and there's a triangle. Triangle everything. Was there anything else down here? There's another path, right? Seems like that one might be a dead end. Bit of a red herring. Okay. What are you two doing? Okay. At least we got something. At least we got something. So this triangle is a suffix. I need to put this around a triangle? Okay, I need to go look at the symbol again. It's like a star, right? It has an X through it, square, triangle, and then the lines around it. The lines around it are like the big square. How do you make the inner square? Everything suffix. Well, we know we have the apply to me thing, which is like triangle, and then triangle is the everything suffix. What if we everything suffix on this? Okay. Interesting. Kind of died, but interesting. Okay. So let's spawn everything again. Let's check scrawled note. We know this one. Oh. Too many slimes. Too many slimes. Okay. I think spawning everything doesn't quite work. Because, unfortunately, I died to the slimes. Okay. That's the outer square. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know how to make that. Right, that's a suffix. So don't put that last. Hmm. Yeah. Doesn't like that, huh? I'm gonna go read the sigils again if I get there in time. Wrong note. Yeah, square plus and then suffix. So square plus. Almost. Right, it was plus, square, and then 3. This makes blue. Which doesn't do anything as far as I can tell. Wait. Okay. Another thing I still haven't solved is this. See, there's blue and then red. Hmm. Does the flower help with anything? I don't know. Wow, got a lot of skulls. Interesting. That. Oops. Wrong order. Oh, wrong order again, I think. Oops. And restart. It's plus. It's plus then square. Doing plus first is very counterintuitive. And I. Same way the skulls got duplicated? No? Can't make multiple me's? Sad. Is there a way to make a square? Oh! I need to think about, like, maybe symbol combination. Like, these two together create the baseball. Not really a way to make a square through an X, with an X through it, is there? We're also missing several of the sigils. Yeah, I'm pretty lost. Triangle everything as a suffix. Is that symbol? Square. X triangle? Let me go. What do the different sigils mean again? Let's read this one first, and then read the other one. See if I can keep that sorted. Oh, gonna have a limited amount of time to read that one. A circle means create. Okay. And so circle means create. So circle and then the two lines means create here. And V means key, right? So this means create here, key, which is why it creates a key. Great. The plus is apply, which affects existing objects. Refers to the object will cause the sigil to linger while it waits for an object. So God. Yeah, that means refers to the physical location on which it is drawn. Okay. So that's why the square, the plus means apply to an object. Apply to an object placed here, everything, right? Obviously that's wrong. Apply to an object here, everything, and then it waits for an object. So what if I give it a beaker? Try that. Apply to an object here, everything. Okay. Apply to an object here, everything, grab beaker, throw it. Nothing. Okay. Create here the key. Means apply. Object on top of me. Object on top of me. Okay, let's create a key. Right. Apply. Top of me. This seems roughly, but we don't have that one. This one skill. Harm the object on top of me. Okay, but and then so what was this formula? It was plus square. This applies apply item on top to me. Okay. So can I create the blue potion? And do I even have time for that? I guess I can try. Okay, well, if that's right, it's not time to do it. Okay. So, apply item on top to me. Let's try doing it with a skull. See what that does. No, but that's everything. That's not apply on top. Do I need to throw it in when it's just plus square? Not to mention, I don't know what, like, apply... Create here, everything. Create here, apply. That doesn't make sense. Create here, key. Create here, smiley face. Doesn't do anything. And then square means wait for an item. So none of those combos make sense. Like, create here, key is the only one that makes sense, right? So that's why that's nothing. Right. And that's why that creates a key. Is there a way to get more sigils? Wait, can I... Oh, that's the wrong order. Can I plus... I remember when I shot the slime, while it was waiting for this, it like created 100 of them. Can I duplicate my fireball or something? No? Fireball's not an item? I truly don't understand this. And I'm not even close to understanding that. What's that 100% perfect note says? Let's check. Square, or plus square 3. Look at 3. Apply a key on top of me? No, that doesn't make sense. Apply on top of me here? Nope, doesn't make sense. Like, this seems good, right? But, I mean, do I really need to make the... What's the other note in that room say? The other note says to, like, use water. I don't think the other note's, like, super relevant, but I can go read it again. 1 slime skull, 1 dungeon flower, and water makes the slime killing potion. But... A Pyrrhic victory? Alright, well. It didn't combine, so it's good. I mean, I really don't think this is it anyway, but... Sort of out of ideas to try. We got basically the same. All right. Wish I could just die and restart faster, but unfortunately I cannot. So we're just going to chill for a couple seconds. Okay. Ah, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Okay. Oh, you can press R? I see. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh, wow. You can zoom if you shoot a lot of fireballs. That's really it. That's so stupid. I mean, not stupid. Okay. Pressing R might crash the game. Let's find out. No, R does work. R does work. Okay, well, I had the thought to try that a long time ago, but it didn't feel right. I mean, I get the logic. This is apply the thing on top of me to everything. And this is a slime killing potion, so it applies it to everything. But slime killing potion doesn't affect me, it just affects the slime. I assume that's what's going on here. That's it, yeah. So question. Is this water? It is. It says water. Ah. Okay. I think one thing that would definitely have improved this game for sure is if the potion bottle visual was more obviously water. This to me, I thought was an empty potion bottle. So I was trying to figure out in my head how to get water. It says water when you pick it up, but you don't have time to read really, right? It's like a function of the fact that you only have 20 seconds means you're just clicking quickly. Like if I pick it up and throw it, I'm not doing it. Yeah. So I was trying to figure out how to create water. Because I didn't realize I already had access to it. Right. So in my mind, I didn't have a slime killing potion because I didn't have water. I think the theme of the game jam was 20 seconds, right? And I think the time limit is very interesting for this game. But I think 20 seconds is probably too short. Especially because you have those big documents that you want people to read. You sort of, it's like, okay, what I should do is actually switch into like feedback mode. Which means, let me pause and fix my audio stuff. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Okay. Go in here. And go back to the scene once we're in. All right. So, of course. Well, I guess we'll just be on this black screen. Let's mute this site for now. Okay. So, critical feedback time. The idea of being stuck in a time loop where you have a limited amount of time to solve the puzzle and figure out everything you need to be able to defeat the boss is a very cool idea. I think that that's really sick. But there are a couple things in here that I think harm the experience a little bit. Overall, I think it's a fun game, but I think it was obvious that by the end there, I was just like, all right, I hope I solve this soon so I can be done. Rather than like, yay, I got it. So this, learning objectives. Remove pesky shields from giant evil slimes. This note right here put me in the mindset that first I get rid of the shield, then I kill the slime, right? Oh, pressing R fixes the black screen bug. Okay, cool. That's good to know. That's good to know. So that text is extremely misleading, and not in like a red herring way, in like a pretty fundamental problem. It's like this puts into my mind, and this is like one of the first things I found. I don't know if this is the first thing a lot of people find, but I imagine the players who find this note first are going to have it in their head that the first thing they need to do is remove the shield, then they kill the slime, right? And even the art treatment of the giant evil slime um indicates that, right? It's like it looks like it has this big powerful shield. Um There's a timer adjustment in the top left of the death screen. Yeah, and I think that it definitely needs a timer adjustment. In fact, and I can increase the timer adjustment while I'm talking, so I don't have to keep restarting. But I tend to, as a player, want to avoid editing my gameplay experience um, outside of the developer's intention, right? And with that in mind, I wanted to play it the way it was intended to be played, right? And because it was intended to be played in 20 seconds, that's the experience I gave myself. Um, and I think you'll find a similar thing with like difficulty settings and switch to easy, switch to hard or whatever. Like a lot of people just want to play the game and they don't want to think about, am I playing on a version that's too hard for me? And if they have to switch it, the experience feels pretty ruined. I think the theme was 20 seconds, so you were pretty limited on the 20 seconds there. But one thing you could do that I always encourage people to do when they're thinking about timers in their game, especially one that fits a theme, like if the theme is 7, so you want a 7-second experience, or in this, the theme is 20 seconds, so you have 20 seconds, put the timer on screen, right? You have the thing on the bottom that's like counting up, which is like partly the timer, but there isn't a number, right? Put a big glowing green 20 in like the corner or something, and then just make it count down slower than 20 seconds, right? Make it so that 1 second passes every like 1.6 seconds. So you lose your 20 seconds much more slowly. And make the last like 2 or 3 seconds take even longer, right? So actually the round is 30 or 40 seconds. It just says it's 20 seconds, right? Then people think they have 20 seconds, but really the game's a little bit more lenient. It's another of the examples of cheating in favor of the player to make it feel a little bit better. Because I assume when you were play testing this, you realized like, oh, the timer is a little bit too tight, right? It's like you have to do this like fireball movement to move quickly enough to really get it done. And it's like the fact that I needed to go get the potion, make the thing up here, then come across here and apply it. Like it felt like it was a little bit too much to do in 20 seconds without doing this kind of movement. So I thought it's probably not the solution. But if instead the timer gave me like 30 seconds, maybe I would have tried it sooner, right? It's like the tight timer discourages doing attempts that take too long that you think you're not going to be able to do it, because then you're stuck doing the same thing over and over again, right? And this game is almost one of those like point and click adventure games where you have like a bunch of stuff you can try, a bunch of stuff you can do, a bunch of clues, and you need to like click on stuff in the right order, gather the right items, and solve it like that, right? It's sort of like that. But because of the tight timer, you are sort of discouraging that play pattern of like trying stuff out over and over again. It's like, because when I realized I could break all these walls, I had it in my head that destroying all these walls was a good idea, right? I was like, maybe that'll reveal something. It didn't, but I think that was a fun little red herring. These walls all being destructible, I destroyed them all, was like, that doesn't help me at all, and moved on. That's a very fun sort of red herring. But I do think this page telling me remove the shield ahead of time, this is really rough. Because actually the goal is to cast a potion that kills, or cast a spell that kills the slime. And additionally, where's the other note that I want to talk about? Do I throw this again? E? Yeah. This note, this right here, this useful show sigils thing, this is not possible to cast, is it? I feel like I don't have access to this, right? But this is a red herring. That page was designed when the end goal was actually to remove the shield. We should have updated it. That makes sense. It's like, not to like glaze you too hard, but I know that you have a good sense for game design. So I was surprised when I read this, that this wasn't relevant. I was like, Vari put this here. It's bold letters. This draws your attention. Vari wants me to read this and like remove the shield. This is good game design for telling the player what their objective is, right? You even put the word objective above it before putting it in bold text. This game says, do this. And then you're not supposed to do that, which is, it is a red herring, but it is extremely confusing. This red herring is a little bit more excusable, but it feels a little bit too intentional. This tells me that triangle means everything, which is great. And then when I did create here everything and everything spawned, that's a really good teaching moment. I think those are the kind of things that like this game can benefit from, are more exploratory ideas like that, where when I combine stuff together, I can get a sense of what happens, right? Like there's like a kill symbol that I don't have access to. If I could have said like apply to everything kill, wait, this is apply here. So apply to everyone kill, like some kind of combo like that. And then I explode, but his shield like glows and like stuff, or it could even be like an actual particle effect, like a big red hammer stomps me on my head, but gets blocked by his shield. And I can see it on the side of the screen there, so that I know that it's not affecting him. And I need something that will affect him. Although that would be extremely misleading, because then I wouldn't think the potion can go through the shield, but you get the idea. More ways for me to explore with the way the mechanics work. Additionally, what the hell does this mean? Shoot, fireball, blue, red. I never solved this. Vari, I'd love to know what this means. Because I have no idea. So while I wait for Vari to explain in chat what that means, shoot the cauldron when it's crafting to speed it up. Oh, if I do this, it makes it go faster? It's not mandatory to beat the game. I see. If you die on the last frame, you can't press R to reset. Now that is some speedrunner tech. Yeah, I think this right here was one of the best pieces of like, I learned, create here, and then V means key, and that creates a key, which is useful. I did a little slow there. And then that lets me get in the door. This feels like more of the design that this game should lean into, where you figure out pieces which allow you to move forward without needing to do them again, right? Once I've done this, I create a key, which lets me into this room. And then in this room, I get information, right? So I don't need to go in there every time once I've gotten the information, but I can check it again whenever I want the information again, right? The green up here looks like a cauldron. Yeah, I understood that this is fireball and this means cauldron, but then this I thought was like cold or hot. I thought maybe it could be a timer, but I didn't know how to interpret that. So I really didn't get what this was supposed to tell me. And so I felt like this information, I couldn't parse it, so I just kind of ignored it. But if there were more areas, don't kill me, where you can do something to gain access to them, and then you get to like not need to do it again because you got the information, that's the kind of stuff that I think would really work well. Now, what could those things be? I'm not sure. I think like the create here everything spell is pretty funny. This is cool. I wonder if there's a way for that to be relevant somehow. I mean, it could also stay as like an Easter egg. I think the lighting effects are a little bit weird. Is it because I created 2 of the pink potion? Or if you even had other glyphs, like, is the smiley face glyph, does this do anything? Because I don't think so. Like, I played with it a couple times, but I never got any sense of what it could do. But if you had other glyphs here that did stuff, and I could sort of experiment with them, because right now, really the only thing I can do with the glyphs are the couple things that I have to do and create everything, right? That feels primarily what I can do. And then there are lots of incorrect. The create here everything spell is how Claire beat the game. Oh, because does it create the killing slime potion? No, but it does give you a flower, I guess. I've noticed the slimes pass through walls, although pathfinding might not be that important for a game jam game. Yeah, I think that the slimes passing through the walls is actually totally fine. But I wonder if, like, for example, just off the dome with what I have here, there's a create everything spell that can create like all this stuff. You could also have a spell like a monster summoning spell, or like a monster spell, which doesn't really do that much. But if you say create here monster, you can create a slime, and then you can have like a secret area if you bust through this wall or something, where there's like a little ritual and you need to put like 5 skulls there. Obviously you can collect 2 skulls here, and then you can either create everything to grab 3 more, or you can create 3 slimes individually with that spell and use that. Like multiple solutions for one puzzle, right? And so creating a couple things that it's like once you unlock them, and then when you get into the necromancer's lair, you get some information that you didn't have before that like helps you with something, right? Maybe the information could even be like a new glyph that like appears permanently. Like you've learned a glyph in your mind, so even when the time loops, you have it. Like that's sort of leaning into the Metroid Brainia piece of it, where you get a permanent power unlock even on the future runs. The face is the monster spell, except the glyph means like, I need a slime, please give me a slime here now, slime please. So if you hit this, it spawns a slime. If I say spawn here slime, like this didn't actually create the slime. See, I think actually, if this was the slime glyph and I said create here the smiley face and it created a slime, that would have been very helpful for helping me learn the glyph system, right? Additionally, you have this cool potion system and it lets me create the pink potion that lets me see and the slime killing potion that I need to beat it. But outside of that, there's not too much experimentation I can do with the cauldron. Maybe that's another area you could add like a secret room over here that like you create, you can break through here and then there's some kind of like icy wall you need to melt. I guess you have a fireball, so that doesn't make that much sense. But a potion you have to craft to get through a wall over here to get some more information, right? Like lean into the Metroid Brainia and make me solve more things, right? Essentially, there's like a couple puzzles. There's like first make the see everything potion to find the key, then do the create a key thing to get the information, and then it's just solve it, right? But if you have more puzzles along the way, then it's less of a like running around in circles until you solve it and more like you actually are solving steps along the way until you get to the solution you need, right? Do more iterative approach, a more iteration based solution vector, right? You have multiple steps along it until you get to the final piece. And then once you have the final piece, like that's awesome, you know? You could do that with permanent unlocks where it's like once you've unlocked a door, the door stays unlocked. You could do it with power unlocks, or you could do it with purely information. You could make this room way more overwhelming with more glyphs and more ideas and like a more complicated glyph system that's harder to understand. But once you get more information, you understand it better. Although I think overcomplicating the glyph system might not be the best approach. This shooting the cauldron to speed it up is very unclear. That could be another thing that you learn from a note in here, where rather than shoot to speed it up, maybe you can shoot to change the chemical reaction. And so once you craft the potion that lets you go into the secret room over here, you find like the alchemist notes. And the alchemist is like, I've noticed that shooting fireballs at the cauldron causes an interesting reaction. And then you have something to experiment with as the player. So I think all of those things would give me more stuff to try and more stuff to think about, which I think would be really good for this game. Because the idea of this game is very cool. Like a time loop, 20 seconds, Metroid Brainia, solve it, you got to defeat the slime. That's a very cool concept, and I think you executed on it well, especially with this particular aesthetic. I think doing it as this like isometric, top-down, pixel art slime killing game is cool. But I think that you could definitely use some more solutions along the way, some more interesting ways to explore stuff, and a little more clarity in the game design. I feel like that's the one word that I didn't use yet that I think is very clear, is that there is a lack of clarity. And like part of it is that one note that say just the old. Like this is clearly not relevant. So this is a fun little detail, similar with the foul fact. The fact that you had this bit where it's like you had a quiz of draw a sigil that means harm the object on top of me, and then they both submitted something for that sigil. That's very cool. But and it made me able to like make sense of the notes, which I think is also very good. Right? Oh, that's not the right note. Like seeing that he got a B minus too vague because this doesn't make sense, let me know that, oh, I don't need to pay too much attention to that because he failed the test. What I really should pay attention to is the note that is that didn't fail, right? This note got a 10 out of 10. This is way more relevant. Don't know what the 3 is for. I don't know what this 3 means. Maybe you could explain the thought process behind the 3. There's an individual being a little bit strange in chat, so I'm going to put him in timeout for a bit. But okay. I think that what was I saying? 3 just means me. Why does 3 mean me? like this says apply item on top to me. Is 3 a sigil that means me that we just don't have access to? Is that what's going on with the sigil? Because I wonder if maybe it would have been helpful to have some more of those sigils so we can play with it and see the effects, you know? Um, like if we had some of the stuff that like gets talked about in these notes, then I can develop an understanding of the sigil system. Because right now, the fact that I'm missing sigils feels like there's something I don't have yet. And then on top of seeing, so I think that's where the 1-2 combo comes in. If I see the symbols that I don't have, I could think to myself, I don't have access to those. I need to think outside of the box, right? But when I see that combined with this note down here, combined with this note where there's show sigils, that so sigis, I guess. That makes me think, oh, okay, I don't have all my sigils left yet. I need to think about how to create them all using this diagram, right? So I think those two together work as maybe too effective of a red herring, combined with obviously the fact that I thought one of my objectives was to destroy the barrier. And I was like, I truly do not have everything unlocked yet. So even though I had the recipe and even though I didn't know I had water, I had like a slime killing recipe and I even made it once, right? I used the skull, the flower, and the water, which I just thought was an empty potion bottle because of the sprite for it, to create the potion that was the slime killing potion. And so that made sense, but I didn't think that was the solution because I hadn't destroyed the barrier yet. And I hadn't shown the sigils yet, and there were sigils missing. So I think there were too many compounding red herrings that sort of distracted me from the objective I needed, right? So I think that those are all the things I would try to improve on for a game like this, because I think the idea is really good and the execution is good too. Like it's like obviously the controls feel good, the art style is cute. I think the mixels are probably due to my screen resolution rather than an actual engine thing, if I had to guess. But I think that like the lighting effects are nice. I think that most of the stuff surrounding this game are good. I just think the actual objective design and the puzzle design of the Metroidvania could use a little improvement. So I think that that's sort of where I would go with this. But overall, I think it's like a really, really fun, like a clever idea that like has a lot of room to be polished up. Additionally, if you wanted to make this into a full game, you could do several different time loop bosses or whatever, or it is one incredibly complicated boss fight. Although it's hard to imagine that being a full Steam release. Like the process by which you turn this into a full Steam release, by which you would turn this into a full Steam release, is a little bit harder to see, really. It would have to be lots of different bosses with their own different magic systems or something, something like that. That's actually an interesting like design exercise, like a different, an interesting like an interesting design exercise. How would you take these core fundamentals and turn it into a full release of a game? This one's probably staying as a jam game. Yeah, for sure. And it's a very like complete experience as a jam game. Like you play through it, you have your fun with it. It makes sense to me. But like if you wanted this gameplay style to be a full game, how would you do it outside of just copying Outer Wilds? Tough to say. My co-dev had a pitch for a full version of this, but it's very different. Interesting. And then one little technical detail, just while I remember it, is it seems like the camera pan here is like, it's pretty fast. It looks like it's not tweened. Is it just like straight up a linear interpolation, which is fine. But the hitboxes for these rooms are a little bit too close together. So you can do this pretty easily, which is very jarring. You might want to separate them out or put a cooldown on the camera a bit. So it's like you can't tween it between rooms for like a second or two. So that you pop in here, do some stuff, and then pop out. If you do that normally, the camera feels good. But if you overlap the hitboxes a little bit too directly, it'll wait a bit before it follows you. Something like that could be good. Because right now I feel like the trigger zones for these two, for the camera follow into these rooms, a little bit too close together. And you can get a little like jarring motion sickness type effect when you pop through. But that's like a small technical complaint. And I think it's not that big a deal in the context of like the overall game design. But yeah, The Steam release would probably have you add a ton of puzzles all interconnected and increase the time of the game. Yeah, I could see that. I could see if you made this just the one slime boss and it's like a really complicated Metroidvania that takes you like a couple hours to figure out and then you beat it and it's like you did it. You could sell that on Steam for like $1 or $2 probably, and people would be pretty happy with it, I think. I think maybe up to $5, but anything above that, people are gonna probably be upset that the game is, short. They like didn't get their money's worth. But yeah, overall, really, really cool game. When I saw you submit it, I was excited to play it. So, great job. Let me hide my screen and drink some water before moving on to the next game. This guy drinks so much water. Yeah. I was listening to, because Insandio's been trying to edit Showcase Saturday into a long form video for the channel, like cut out a lot of the downtime, just get the highlights of the gameplay, and then cut out my rambling during the feedback time, and just like, get the highlights for the feedback. And I realized that in the later feedback sessions, my voice is shot because I talk a lot and then wasn't drinking any water. So need to make sure I drink water between feedback sessions. Otherwise my throat is gone. We'll have to see how that format does. As a frequent water drinker, I feel like I got my money's worth for the membership. Let's go. Yeah. I was excited for that format. I thought the Scene Guesser format would do better than it did. That video, 10 out of 10, baby. It's the opposite of fireworks. But, what are you going to do? What's next? Oh. Next up. Make sure I unmute. Okay. Unmute. I drink water, but I'm like shy about it. Shy sips. drinks water shyly. Okay, next up we have Powder Path by Lizardlike. Lizardlike, a very talented developer. We've played several of his games on stream. Excited to play another one. I think that volume is probably good. Lyra found dead after lack of water. True. All right. Continue. Hugh, go back. Oh, this game saves progress in that's cool. That's cool. Dang, you implemented progress saving in your Game Jam game? That's awesome. Yeah, I played the first like 4 or 5 puzzles to see if, if I should play it on stream, and of course it's Lizard-like, so of course you're gonna play. But yeah, it looks like we got the fire that follows on the trail behind the little guy, and you just got to get to the finale. This has a very similar gameplay loop to what was it called? Nullicus, right? For some reason, the video auto-paused when I took a sip, so I thought you were taking a particularly long break. Burn your enemies. Easy clap. Nice. You know it's a Lizard-like when the characters are hunched over. It do be like that. I think I might have cooked myself with my pathing here. Nope. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I definitely did. Uh-oh. Okay, so I need to go back here first. And then get him. Right. So I don't have to cross over my own path. Nice. Love the style. Yeah, don't start. I've got that NPC posture. All right. Fire can't spread diagonally. So I have to come down in here. Okay, so I stop the fire spreading so that I can leave the powder path. And then watch as they burn and I escape just fine. Okay. E skip a level, Q goes back. Okay. It can't travel diagonally. So that works. So leave the path to this guy. And then just let it destroy him. Nice. Okay. Simple. Okay. We do the same diagonal strat there. Ooh, that diagonal strat does not work. Do we have to diagonal strat this guy? Ooh, but if we do that, then we have no way out. Ah, okay. So I need to, like... Do I diagonal backwards? Like that? No, but now I'm cooked going up, right? Yeah, I can't jump into the fire. Okay, so I need to buy time. But once I double back through here, my time is gone. So perhaps... No, because that follows me directly. Oops. Okay. Wait. E skips a level. Okay. Okay. Can I go diagonally into the guy in the corner? You mean like this? But that doesn't really buy me anything. If you mean this guy, no. You have to, like, jump around. But see, now I have cooked myself yet again. I wonder... No, the fire is always going to make it up here. So maybe I just need to get here with a very limited number of jumps. No, it's... There's not enough jumps to go get the powder on him and get back. Right? Once I go down there, it's like... Because the fire has, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't make it there in 4 jumps. So, I mean, 1, 2, 3... No? Yeah, that one is always going to be on fire. So if I pass back through it, I'm cooked. So maybe I need to think more about going this way first. This way is even worse because now I don't have a way through. Okay, so that can't be it. No? Can I diagonal around a corner? I can diagonal around a corner like... no, I can't actually. It has to be completely open space. Unfortunately, I start here with a powder path that already gets me in... Oh, in hot water? Nope, that's not even close. But it's an idea. If I come back this way and then break here... Ah, there we go. I need to do a little diagonal hopping there. Ah, got it. Okay, so just to make sure I truly understand this. First, you buy yourself time to come up here. Then if you hop diagonally, it can't chase you immediately. Then you come back and let it kill this guy. There we go. Okay, so we need to think in terms of buying time. Right. If we go around... So we need the fire to not chase us at all. But this one should be simple, right? Oh, oops. I think I just jumped wrong. I need to instantly break the pattern by doing this. Get down on this guy. Come here. Oh, wait. I ran into my own flames. There we go. Now it can't chase me. Now we just start the fire and then get out of here. Oh, I see the issue. See, I see the snag in this puzzle, which is that I need to make it back up there. But this should work, right? No, because the fire's chasing me. Right. If I touch that guy, the fire can spread to the bottom. Okay. This is where the problem comes in. Also, I gotta just pause to say, if you want to make puzzle games, you should go play every single one of Lizard Likes games and really, really study the puzzle design, because the puzzle design is perfect. Lizard Likes understanding of puzzle design is very, very high level. The way this puzzle works is I understand all the mechanics. I know how I can hop to get it to get the fire to chase me. I understand how the powder works. I know I need to light all my enemies on fire and get to the goal. And it seems pretty straightforward, right? I can just hop diagonally to buy myself time and then go all the way around to light this guy, then go all the way around to light this guy, then just start the fire and I win. Except for I didn't powder that guy down there, so that's not right. So now I need to, oh, okay, let's just do the same thing, but powder this guy first. But if I powder this guy, now the fire can chase me, so I can't do my plan, right? So now it's like, okay, both of the ideas I had don't work. There's some kind of solution I haven't thought of, right? And I think it's probably something like this. You powder this guy, then grab this, then do this. Right, okay, that is the solution. But all of his puzzles, they give you this idea of like what you need to do, and you have all the tools at your disposal. But when you try to do the obvious solution, it doesn't work. And it challenges you to think about the puzzle in a new way. You need to use your tools differently to actually solve it. It's truly incredible. The puzzle design in these are so top notch. You should play Lizard-like games if you want to make good puzzles. Lizard-like is so good at this shit. Yeah, Lizard's puzzle design is to be studied for sure. And Claire says, I just coughed so hard I got a headache. So that's a high-level contribution to the discussion, Claire. Thank you. Don't burn nuclear missiles. Got it. You got it. But actually, what if I do? Okay. I wanted to see just what the effect looked like. That's a nice effect. Okay. And see, this one, I stopped the fire from following me so I can just get through. Okay. Right. We're allowed to cover the missile in powder. We just can't light it on fire. Okay. So now we have a pretty good understanding of how the missiles work. So, in theory, but now I can't get to the goal. Okay. So the obvious solution of just light the guys all on fire means I can't get to the goal. I need the fire. Okay. So the complication here is the fire can't be chasing me when I try to leave. Got it. So first, let's break the fire. That usually helps. Then let's powder up all the guys. And I haven't powdered... But I think I have run into a snag in which the fire is going to chase me. No, okay, I have just enough time. All right, we just have to avoid powdering the two missiles and get there in time. One-way walls exist. So I can just go through this one way, but can't go the other way. Okay. New mechanic alert. Stanley Parable taught me anything, it's ignore the instructions. Okay, so we have a one-way wall up here. But that's fine. Powder him. Oh, but now I can't. Give myself the path. Nice. Oh, but no. That doesn't work. Does it work if I do that? No, it's even worse. That's even worse if I do that, actually. And I don't have enough time to do it this way, right? Yeah, okay. Of course I don't. Yeah, and now the fire is blocking my path again. So I need to come down here and somehow not block my own path? But how do I not block my own path? I can only go one way through that wall. Can you diagonal around walls? No, I can't, unfortunately. Oh, also, I just remembered. I gotta remember. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure you click the like button. It helps out tremendously. So, yeah. If you're enjoying the stream, go ahead and smash that like button. Sorry. I need to repent. Okay. I need to break the fire path with enough room to get through. So that's wrong. If I come through here... But I can't diagonal around that wall, so I've blocked my path off again. If I... No, going around here doesn't make any sense. And because of the way these walls are positioned, the earliest I can diagonal is here, and that blocks my path. And I can't just, like, smoke him and get out of there. What if I... Stop the fire there. Oh, can't. Okay. What if I... Nope. That's also wrong. Ah! Okay. feel like I need to come down here, right? But if I come down here, I can't get through without blocking my own path. We've discovered this. Right, I walk down into that. And if I come down here and go here, now I can diagonal hop through. Yes, 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 yes. Boom. Ah, that's sick. That's sick. Oh, that's a great puzzle. That's a great puzzle. Nice. Okay. So I need to light this guy on fire, obviously, as one does. Obviously, that way doesn't work. Can I diagonal through here to buy myself time? Get through here, and then... Okay, nice. That one wasn't too tough. That one wasn't too tough. Okay. If I fire both of those guys, it's cooked. So grab him, get out of there. Oh, but now I can't. Now I can't get him. Okay. Can I? Okay, I can break my fire chain. Get him, and then get out of here. Do I have time to get out of here? Nope. Do not have time to get out of here if I do that. But there's not a good way. But that feels like a good start to it, right? How many jumps did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite, not quite, not quite. Okay. That solution feels pretty good, though. Do I need to go up like this? No, because then it just follows me anyway. If I come back and do this, does that work? Yes. Because now it doesn't follow along the top. There we go. There we go. Nice. By not making it follow along the top, we have enough time. Okay. Okay. Absolutely cook that guy. Oops, cooked myself. I've done everything but powder that guy. Okay, so I have to make use of these one-way walls. But now I can't get back out. Okay. If I go down like this and then break the wall here. No, because it's following. Which means... Nope. It's not even close to working. The fire is gonna follow me up. I have no way of stopping that. Oh, unless I leave through the one-way first. And let's powder this guy. Then powder this guy. Then powder this guy. And then get out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Nice. That's a good puzzle. That's a good puzzle. Okay. Nice. Realizing you need to leave through the one-way wall the first time is a clever trick there for the puzzle. Okay. We got 2 missiles blocking our path along the top. And a lot of guys on the bottom that are looking extremely burnable. What if I do like this? Ooh, I see the issue. I have not powdered the guy along the top. And once I go down, I can't go back up. So I must do this, right? Okay, but even though I feel like I must do that, now there's no way to the goal, right? That's another classic version of why these puzzles are so good. It feels like there are 2 things I have to do, and whichever one I choose to do first means I can't solve it. But there's no way to break this fire at the beginning. Oh! fire doesn't spread diagonally. So I need to jump onto the missile as the fire chases me. It's so good. It's so good. What a clever solution. Fight your best fight all your instincts and run into... Oh, I forgot to connect that guy. But the puzzle is so good. Oops. I need to jump diagonally there. Oh, I need to jump diagonally there. Remember. That time I just pressed the button wrong. I remembered I just pressed it wrong. Diagonal. Diagonal. Right, and then fire doesn't spread diagonally, so I should just be able to coat him, yeah. And then we connect it. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that puzzle was feeding off the fear of not wanting to put powder on the nukes, but actually you need to jump through them. They're not a wall. They're just an obstacle. That's cool. Okay. So, obviously, I need to torch that guy on the left, right? I need to torch him. But I have cooked myself by doing this path. Okay. So I need to be able to go down into that corner without the fire chasing me, which means I need to do like a big loop like this, right? And then break the fire here, which lets me coat the rest of this. Ah, but I see the issue. And the issue is I no longer have the steps required to actually burn everybody. Ah. Clever, clever. Okay. So, do I need to just like... Oh, right, because now I can connect through to this fire, which will spread it much faster. He gets both of them, and I get out. Nice, nice, nice. That's so sick. Hmm. Does this work? Uh-oh. Oh, oops, that's a one-way wall. So stupid. Ignore me, ignore me. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, did I already mess this one up? I think I did, right? Because now when I connect the fire, it'll follow me. Oh, unless I do this. Oh, oops. Ignore me, ignore me. Okay, so I need to actually just let the fire burn them all, right? Oh, okay. It's more of a puzzle than I thought. Oops. Made for the Brackies Game Jam 2025.1. Art, animations, code, music, sound design, and level design by Lizard-like. The classic Lizard-like finale. A truly indecipherable cutscene. Press M to go to the menu. Press K for a little surprise. Ah, cat. Vari, time for you to freak out in chat. Let's go. Nice. Really, really good job. All right. Let me hide my screen for a second. And back. Okay. All right. Let's think critically about this game. It's another classic in the Lizard-like arsenal of puzzle designs, puzzle games with absolutely immaculate design. It's like every single room, and I think I'm actually interested in the order because I feel like Lizard-like's puzzle design, already incredible, is continuing to improve. Like, yeah, Powder Path was right before Nullicus, and then Scale Shifter was before that. Yeah, I was thinking, it's like Scale Shifter had really good puzzle design, and Nullicus had really good puzzle design. I feel like Powder Path was a little bit better than Scale Shifter, but these two are also very similar in execution. But yeah, another example of Lizard-like's absolutely incredible, impeccable level design and puzzle design, more specifically puzzle design. But and another good thing about Lizard-like's games that I don't think I've mentioned that much, but is worth talking about for developers, is the fact that when you are playing the game, one mistake that I would see from a lot of developers is this, instead of being the first puzzle with some text at the top that tells me how to move, it would be like a slideshow, like one screen of a PowerPoint that has WSD to aim, space to jump. If a missile gets hit with fire, it'll explode and you'll lose the level. Press R to restart. You can use Q to go back a level, E to go forward a level, right? You'd have all this information right at the beginning. Instead, in the first level, you just learn the very basics, right? You get to watch the fire follow you. And it's really smart design that you have to run across this room, because if you do the obvious thing, you get to see the fire chasing you, right? But then players, they like to experiment. So if I'm jumping around and it's like, oh, it's not chasing me, you have to go get it, right? You get to see how fire spreads as you run through the first room of the tutorial. But it didn't say, here's the tutorial. The fire will chase you. It just is letting you play the game. And the game treats this tutorial level, this is a tutorial, but it treats it as the first puzzle, right? So it doesn't feel like I'm playing a tutorial. It just feels like I'm playing the game, right? Really, really immaculate tutorial design. Then this room doesn't even have any tutorial text or anything. It just feels like I'm playing the game. And again, I need to maneuver around these walls. It's like, oh, it's not chasing me. Oh, that's weird. I wonder why. Okay, now it's chasing me. Cool. But it actually, you don't even need it to chase you. You can just notice that it's not chasing you. Be like, oh, I wonder why it stopped. And then you win, right? Then in the third room, burn your enemies. Okay. Pretty straightforward, but you get to see how it works. And it didn't say, it wasn't like we're sitting here trying to play the game, and instead of on the first puzzle, there's a text that's like, and by the way, if you put powder on an enemy, when the fire touches them, they die. No, you get to go through it one step at a time, slowly learning how things work. You get to see it in action as you move, in context, you understand everything. Then you get the R to restart button, and it hits you with the first thinker, right? And, oh, you don't even need to do the fancy, like, diagonal hopping stuff to beat this one. You can actually just go in like a good order, right? And so you get your first puzzle, you have to think about it. It feels really satisfying. And if you mess up, you have the restart button. So now the game has taught me restart on the fourth level with nothing else to get in the way. So I know to press R to restart, and I built that habit. One thing you'll see, if you've watched me play several games, you've seen me give feedback to lots of games. There are lots of games where I don't use the options that the game has. They'll say at the beginning, there's a big block that tells me all the buttons I can press, and one of them will be press R to restart or something, right? And I don't have the habit of doing it because it got info dumped on me, and it was one of the pieces of information about the game that I lost the context for and don't do it. But this one, it's introduced as a core level mechanic in level 4. It doesn't feel like I'm playing a tutorial. And so in this game, I used the restart button quite frequently. It's just really, really immaculate puzzle design and tutorialization design. Then you beat this level, and then you get fire can't spread diagonally, which you might have already noticed before as you're playing the game, but then you get a puzzle completely centered around it, and you get to see it work in action, right? You solving a puzzle, you're learning how the mechanics work, it's great. Then you get E to skip a level and Q to go back, which I did a couple times while demonstrating how the game works right now. And then you have like this puzzle you need to solve, and it's like a really well designed puzzle. And it's also still tutorializing. Next level, you get M for menu. We're on the 7th puzzle of the game, and I'm still getting tutorial, right? M to go to the menu is like a tutorial option, basically, right? But because it's added on the seventh puzzle, it doesn't feel like, oh, it's tutorial time, right? Then after you solve this one, you get another puzzle. Then on the 9th one is when he finally introduces the nuclear missiles, right? Which is a very cool mechanic. It's very flashy. It has great art associated with it. Like I even like when I first saw it, I ran into it just to see what the effect was. But you get to see it in action if you choose to, and you get to also avoid it easily because you know how. Before you go to the next puzzle, where it's actually a puzzle involving the missile, then another puzzle involving the missile, then a puzzle that uses all that knowledge you've got, then one-way walls. We're on the 13th puzzle. We're still getting tutorial text, and it's exactly what you need. Like, this is what good tutorialization is like. You introduce the concepts in context of the game one at a time with proper pacing between them so the player has the chance to digest each piece of information and get it into their head as something they have access to, right? If all of these mechanics got introduced one at a time right at the beginning, right? The first level is just fire. You have like a bunch of boxes that pop up that you have to click through, and you have to try to remember all that. And then the next level has missiles, and then the next level has one-way walls, and then it's 20 straight puzzles with everything involved. It wouldn't flow nearly as well as a game. But because it gets introduced it gets breadcrumbed to you piece by piece, it feels totally natural, right? And then it's a really cool puzzle, a really cool puzzle, a really cool puzzle, right? These final couple levels, once you get to like right here, on 14, I think 14 or 15 is when the puzzles really kick into high gear, and you get some really satisfying ones where you get to apply all the knowledge that you've learned the whole time you were playing to do the final section of puzzles, right? And it doesn't feel like you just played 14 puzzles of tutorial because it was spaced out with pacing in between, right? You had actual puzzles you had to solve using the mechanics you had access to at the time to spread out all the different mechanics getting introduced. It's like individual puzzles are super well designed. The pacing is really well handled. It's tutorialized really well. And it's why Lizard likes puzzle games are so good, because he understands how you have to use those three aspects to make this like short and sweet puzzle experience, right? And he has Scale Shifter, Nullicus, and Powder Path all in his library. And the aesthetic designs are pretty similar. The concepts are pretty similar. I mean, you have the hunched over standard enemies, but Lizard could take all of these different main mechanics and make a puzzle game about your little hunched over guy going into these different worlds with these different mechanics. And it would do it might not do incredibly well on Steam, but I can imagine it being a hit, right? Because you have all these different worlds to play through. And then you could start combining them. Imagining Powder Path and Scale Shifter mechanics at the same time is incredibly interesting to me, what he would do with that. So I think that obviously, the puzzle design is really good, and I think we've talked about Lizard Likes puzzle design before several times. But the thing to really take away from this is not just the puzzle design, but also the tutorialization and the way that I actually knew what everything did and how to use everything, right? I didn't need to look at chat and have someone remind me that a mechanic existed or tell me what button to press. It was all in the game, in context, and really well delivered. So another incredible banger from Lizard Like, as is his standard. Really great work. Awesome. Let me hide my screen. And I think we probably have time for at least one more. Pikma. True. All right. This one's been on the list for a long time, I think. So time to finally give it its time in the sun. All right. Next up, we have Squire's First Steps by K Puppy, Night Ante, and myself. And myself is Opulent Games. All right. Let's see what it's all about. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me fix my audio first. Okay. Make sure we're not hearing Lizard Likes game. Okay. catching strays there. I've had that happen with lots of games, Vari. It's been a very common experience. It just so happens that you did give me some tips because you went right before Lizard. Okay. A touch loud. Let me fix that on my end. And also fix that for y'all. Okay, I think that's probably good. Okay, and let's full screen it. Enter name. I'm Shovel. Oh, I have cap locks on. I'm Shovel. Ah, Shovel. An adventure awaits. Shall we just get started? Just get started? True, it do be like that. Oh, Lizard says thank you for playing. Hey, thanks for making it, Lizard. It's a great game. Shovel. Swell. I can't wait to start my first day at Squire school. To think, I'll be as great of a knight as my father. I got a long hike ahead of me. But hey, I'm all for it. Let's go! Oh, what's this on my shoe? You see a sticky note attached to the bottom of your shoe. It appears to be from your mom. It reads as follows. Remember to hold shift to run, sweetie. Oh, I didn't realize that was my mom. I have no idea what this means. You decide to crumple the note into a ball and toss it. Ah, disrespectful. Kick it around. Nice. Oh, nice. Okay, got my run. Okay, so one thing that is immediately obvious to me that's a helpful tip for people getting started with pixel art is when you're thinking about pixel art like tile size and canvas size, it can be very tempting to just type a number and then start working at that canvas size. But then you run... Yeah, this was for the Shovel Jam. It can be very tempting to just type in a canvas size and just start making art that fits. And because pixel art canvases are like so small, you can make art that looks like it fits really well. But then you run into issues. Like, for example, this bench looks very properly sized for my character size, right? I feel like this guy, Shovel, could sit on this bench and it's very realistic. When you move up here, you suddenly notice the door is shorter than me. And in fact, if I stand next to this building, I'm taller than it, maybe. Like, if the roof is like right around here, then, you know, I might not be able to go into this building. Similarly, I am massive compared to this tree. So one thing you want to keep in mind with your pixel art canvas sizes is they need to be in relation to the character sprite size. So if this character, if Shovel is, how many pixels tall is it? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like it's probably in the 32 to 64 range, like maybe 40 or 50 pixels tall. Then a tree, if 50 pixels is like 5 or 6 feet, then a tree needs to be like, you know, way more pixels, right? And honestly, this one, the brush looks good. You might just need to extend the trunk a little bit so that its height is relatively correct, right? Similarly, this looks good. You might just need to copy these bricks for another layer or two. Similar with the door, just extend it out so then so that it matches the height of the player. So use the player character sprite size as your scale, right? If 40 pixels tall is 5 feet, then a building that's 8 feet tall needs to be, you can do the math. But that's just the first thing that's immediately obvious to me is like, some of these objects feel very appropriately scaled for my character size, but then this tree and building look not quite right. Yeah. The tile set is an asset pack. Oh, okay. I see. You picked up a berry. It can be used to heal during combat. He can't hear us. He's rambling. Hey, it's not rambling. It's a helpful game dev advice, Clack. You're hurting my feelings. Okay. Berries. Picked up a berry. Nice. How many berries can I get? They can be used to heal. Oh, during combat? We got combat in this game? Okay. Another thing that's useful design-wise is when the tutorial text pops up like that, you don't need to do it on each pickup. I love that he's in feedback mode about an asset pack tile set. Yeah. I mean, but one thing that's nice is like with an asset pack, as long as the artist gives you the rights to modify it, you can modify it. Like having this as a basis is nice because, I mean, if I was limited to using this asset pack, I could just copy these bricks and try to make it taller and see if that helps, you know? You don't recognize the character, but everything else on screen is an asset pack. I see. I think the character then is probably bigger than the asset pack designer intended. He might because he might be too big for this bench even. I don't know how tall benches usually are. But nice. Okay, let's see. I don't think I can go through here yet. Maybe I can find something to help. Okay, well, I got berries. Can I kick this trash at it? Boom. Nope. Okay. Hey, a stick. This might be helpful for clearing a way through. I don't know if a stick's gonna help me with the purple miasma. Oh, it's a weapon. A bush blocks Shovel's path. Dude, look how angry I am. Dude, I'm pissed. Dude, I hate this bush. All right, stick power, attack, stick power. Boom. All right. Oh, that's the strength of my stick, I see. Shovel effectively attempts to clear away through the bush. In response, an isolated twig hilariously thwacks Shovel's back. Nice. Boom. Shovel beautifully attempts to clear away through the bush. I sure do. In response, an isolated twig greatly thwacks Shovel's back. Oh, and he's donezo. Shovel successfully attempts to clear away through the bush. Shovel deviously won. The use of deviously there is very nice. All right, and we're back to Jamtown. Yeah, dude, I am a giant. Okay. Fast. Or fart. I need a ruling chat. Does that say fast or fart? Okay. All right. I'm starting to wonder if berries can be used to heal during combat. Ooh, another bush. You're so dead. You're dead, kid. Boom. Easy money. Ow. Boom. Oh, wow. I only did one? Okay, but I hit for 6 here for sure. Maybe I vary? Ow. 3 damage. Dang. Ooh, only 3. I don't know how much the berries heal for, so maybe I should have timed it a little bit better there. But I vigorously won. What's up? It's your boy. Your boy vigorously winning. Do we like that? Picked up a berry, and they can be used to heal during combat. Okay. What's going on at this portal? Let's get up here. Oh, another little tip for navigating an overworld. If you have Y sorting working properly, you can shrink the collision box on this to like right about here, so that rather than colliding with the top of it, which feels a little bit weird, I would instead collide like about at this level. So I would appear to be behind the building, being Y sorted underneath it, which would just make it feel a little bit more correct. That's how isometric stuff works in, like, you know, some of the games you'll see, like Stardew, for example. Ooh, this brown rock. I can add this to my rock collection. It's also kind of shaped like the sword sharpener thing my dad uses. What was it called again? A moist rock? A damp ore? A whetstone? No, I'm pretty sure it was a damp ore. I wonder. I sharpened my branch with a whetstone. We were able to attach an additional branch to it, increasing its power. There we go. Ta-da! Super branch acquired. This should help with clearing your path. Let's go. It randomizes the adjectives. Dude, the adjective randomizer is actually fire. Full credit. 10 out of 10 on that decision. Dude, I'm just vibing. Oh, I got my upgraded stick, bro. You done. Bush. I harshly attempted to clear away through the bush, and it's donezo, bro. I quietly won. Nice. Metronome, hey Shovel, really quick, sorry to backseat, but maybe you should pick up some more berries since I have a sneaky suspicion that I might be able to heal you in combat. Spoilers? I wanted the game to teach me about healing in combat. Okay. Dude, I'm farming these bushes, bro. Okay, maybe not. Ow, 3 damage. Bump off, bro. Right. Nice. I resolutely attempt to clear away through the bush. And I constructively won. Hey, constructively won. Well, the stream's all about being constructive. That's the goal. I pick up a berry. Another berry. Let's go. Actually, they're adverbs. True, they are adverbs. The Bush Cruelty Society will hear about this. I think the Bush Cruelty Society is right in front of me. Vines. Oh, shit. I wasn't ready for vines. Ooh, 3 damage to macaroni. Okay, let's hit with a berry. Oh, wow. Berry good for 13. Okay. Is a berry a full heal? I don't know. I obviously attempt to clear away through the vines. And I lazily won. Bro, that wasn't lazy. I put my whole foot into that. Okay. Okay. Pick up a berry. I think this fella might need some help. Well, he's fine for now, right? Don't worry. I'll help out soon. I got berries to collect. Oh, those bushes are blocking berries. But I can just sneak around. Not very good guards. Get clowned. Okay. Ooh, more berries. Oh, that's a big tree. Okay, I should probably help the guy before fighting the big tree. Alright. Vines. Boom. I earnestly attempt to clear my way through the path. True. That says in response. For some reason, my brain went that as in Japanese, an isolated vine. And you done, kid. I hungrily attempt to clear away through the vines. True, I am kind of hungry, actually. It's already 4. Shovel happily won. I am pretty happy about it. What's up, Steve? Thanks for saving me. My name is Arthur. Ah, I was close. I was close to Steve. I got stuck in these vines as I was making my way to Squire School. Squire School? Like, the same one I'm going to? Yeah, you know you don't have to yell, right? Yeah, you're continuing to yell. Sorry, I'm just so excited. We should probably stick together. Sounds like a great idea. Yo, my boy Arthur? Dude, he is fast. Okay. Yo, Arthur. Mess this kid up. Arthur? Arthur's not even helping, bro. Would love to see someone walking around bushes in a park going get owned as I smack him with a stick. Oh, can I upgrade my stick again? Come on. Oh, yes. Another one of these rocks. What do you mean? I used something similar to strengthening my branch earlier. Observe. Sharpen your branch once again. You attach another branch to it. Use some vines to pull it all together. Ta-da! Super duper branch acquired. Interesting name. Oh no, we're running late. We should skedaddle. Then we shall skedaddly do, my friend. Nice. Okay. Use Arthur as a new weapon, right? Nice. Dude, I'm buried out my damn gourd. Korewa isolated vine-san. This. Alright, big tree. I wonder if I can use this bush as an opportunity to get a free heal turn in combat. Like, berry first, take 1 damage, 3 damage, and then attack for the 1-shot. Nice. I deviously won. Okay. We go into this fight with a little more HP at the cost of a berry, but there's like 100 berries back there. So. Okay. Tree has 30 HP. My stick power is 15 still. Oh, 17. Damn, bro. Okay, 7. Oh, okay, he's down to 2. Let's go for the finishing blow. Nice. I robustly attempt to clear a way through the tree. I frantically won. Let's go. Look at all these berries. Arthur Z rules are bunk. Guys, I feel like the berries might actually be way too complex a mechanic. Yeah, I'm a little bit lost. Nice, nice. Give some bear. Give some bear. Nice. We're gaming. Come on, there's got to be a good secret down here, right? Maybe a hidden boss fight. Potentially a berry. Oh, I can't keep going. Can I, like, open an item menu and eat some berries outside of combat? It doesn't seem like it. We're about to fight the Elder Tree? Hope not. Scary. I'm using this bush as another berry opportunity. Nice. Goes to the next fight with 27 instead of 10. Save those berries to heal off of. Because I can one-shot him, you know. Looks like we're almost there. There's a rat. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Is that a rat? What is it doing there? Why is it just standing there, ominously? Can we talk about the elephant in the room? Arthur, that's not an elephant. It's clearly a rat. That's not what Why are there a bunch of rocks perfectly placed in a path to the next area? Maybe the rat placed them. Oh, what? No, the rat didn't place a bunch of rocks. Why not? You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just keep going through. Yo, Arthur, you good? Whoa, Arthur, bro got moves. I'll just scoot right. Let me just scoot right past you. Okay. Rodent as a 50, a ferocious rodent, and he's also flying, bro. He got aura. 13 damn. Okay. 16. Okay, well I have to bury here. 15. Is he just gonna one-shot me, dude? 15. What am I supposed to do? I bravely lost and fleed. Okay, well, there's no beating that guy. Is there a way to increase my HP? I already used the branch upgrade there. Not that the branch upgrade. I need a health upgrade. What do you... Was this a jam game? Yes. And this was submitted to the Shovel Jam. I like making Arthur dance. Okay. How do I upgrade my health? Now that I'm done making Arthur dance. All right. See you later, Arthur. Omae wa mo jineru. Did I miss something? Feels like I missed something critical because that rat was... His moves were incredible. I mean, I've never seen a rat so powerful. Okay, let me just scoot right past you. Okay. Let's see, I got 22 berries. And now he only has... Oh. Did he keep his damage? Well, oh, he only did 12 that time. Okay. As long as he doesn't... Alright, I was gonna say, as long as he doesn't high roll me... I obviously won, obviously. I wasn't even afraid of that rat. I wasn't even afraid of that rat, bro. Aw, poor guy. You wanna join my team? I just wanted to trap some humans with my rock trap. But you ruined it. See, I told you, the rat built it. Mark my words, humans, I will have my revenge. Or should I say... Stupid. There it is. Squire school. You sound not too excited. I sounded pretty excited. Arthur, do you really think I have what it takes to be a knight, let alone a squire? Everything on this journey told me I wasn't ready. I died to a rat. What if I'm just not cut out to be a knight? Are you kidding? The way you handled those vines and that rat? You were born to be a fighter. It's different. I don't know everything. Then let's just get started. The rest will follow. Let's stick together. Okay, sounds good. Whoa. The end. the extreme zoom into the end is fire, bro. Murder hobo mode kills fauna and flora. Nice. Gamer. All right. Squire steps. Let me reload the page. Rat is dragon in this world. I mean, that's true. That's actual factual. Okay, let me mute the game. Okay. I just want to get the game on screen while we're talking about it. Okay. So I think obviously I think this is your first game jam, and I think obviously you did a really good job for your first jam game. It's a very cute RPG. I think obviously I keep saying obviously. I think one of the big strengths of this game was the writing. I think having the randomized adverbs. Hey, okay. Lesson of the day, you can make it anywhere with the right stick. Hey, thank you so much for the donation, okay? Can we get some +2s in chat for okay with the super chat? What a gamer. Thank you, okay. That's awesome. But yeah, I think that the writing was pretty good. There were lots of moments that actually made me laugh, and it wasn't like some games can get you like with the ironic laugh where it's like it's the dialogue's a little corny or something and it makes you laugh. But this game like got some earnest chuckles out of me. Like the in parentheses like you're still shouting, that was just good. And I think the idea of I'm like fighting bushes with a stick and the bushes are like attacking me, like those are all really good. So I think that those ideas were were good writing wise, and they made the game enjoyable. Additionally, you didn't have to add Arthur, like me saving Arthur from the vines and him following me and having like the like rotational element when I moved that he like followed behind me. But that was like a nice touch that made the game more enjoyable. So you had lots of little touches like that are the kinds of things that can make a game go from, you know, okay to a game that people actually like really enjoy and love to play. So also being able to find like weapon upgrades to be more powerful, and the collection of berries I had that I can use in the fight, that was all really good. So all of those elements work together pretty well. I'm going to take a drink of water. I can feel my throat giving out. As for improvements, I think that the combat system was very straightforward. You know, it was just click attack or click heal if you're low on HP. So you could add more options to the combat system. Like skills are one thing. You could choose to defend or attack. You know, you could have exhaustion systems. There's all kinds. I mean, it's an RPG, right? There are all kinds of ways you can improve RPG combat that have been well explored, and you can look at tons of RPGs for examples about how to do those mechanics that enhance the combat, right? And I think any of them could be good to explore for a game like this. But it's not like strictly necessary, right? This game is more about telling the story and the comedy of it than having like an intense RPG with like, you know, weighing your battle options and stuff. Yeah, but one piece of feedback I have is that I'm really not sure what the berries are for. So maybe a tutorial text about that. But yeah, I think Vari put it very well in chat. One of the biggest strengths of your game is that it didn't try to do too much. It was scoped well. You managed to finish everything you wanted. You told your complete story. There were some weapon upgrades. I got to collect my berries and use them in combat. It didn't try to do too many things. So the things it did do worked. You know, the combat worked. I collected my berries. I got to use them. I upgraded my sword. I got to walk around with my friend Arthur. I got to fight some bushes and vines. It's like all that stuff was good. And it, you know, it culminated in like a boss fight against the rat. That was cool. I think maybe the boss balancing for the rat, it would have been better for him to have more HP and deal a little bit less damage. So it's more of a battle of attrition that rewards me for going out of my way to collect all those berries, right? I think having a boss that's like, okay, he's going to deal a little bit of damage over time and he has a lot of HP you have to get through. So I get to use my berries. You don't want it to turn into a slog where I'm just clicking the same buttons over and over again, but just sort of a way to reward the player rather than just, you know, he has 50 HP and you have to fight him several times. But I think really good job. And I really love fighting the bushes. I think the fact that my first enemy was a bush followed by vines is very funny. It's a good, like, subversion of the standard basic RPG enemies. Instead of starting with a rat and then you go on to fight like a minotaur or whatever, I started by fighting a bush and then the final boss was a rat. I think that's nice. So I think that those elements worked well. And I think you used the tile set you had like pretty well. I think people said it was an asset pack. So I think that worked very well. And I think some of the sizing issues we talked about are things that you could like address with like moderate changes and modifications to the asset packs. But overall, I think this was a well scoped, well done little RPG for a game jam. And it's a great like starter project for getting into game development. So really good job, really good job. But nice. Awesome. And then I have one more that I want to do since we have some time because Squire's First Steps wasn't extremely long. And it's called Pantheon. Okay, can hear it. It's not a real RPG though because you didn't kill God. True. Okay. Controls. Movement are arrow keys. Shoot is Z. Shoot up is up and Z. Roll is left or right and X. Jump is up. You can jump left or jump right. You can pause with enter. Shift changes weapon and your special attack is S. Okay. Let's see how much of that I can remember. Nice. Okay. What was it? Z. Oh, nice. Okay, dodge. Gaming. Gaming. Oh, coin. Yep. Nice. I wonder what the coins do. Do I get access to a shop? Nice. Oh. Ah, nice. I have to crouch and shoot to hit the slimes. Looks like my special meter is full, so I can press S if I desperately need to. I don't know what my special is. Nice. Nice. All right. Whoa. Bro wants a piece. Back off, dude. Nice. Okay. Slime down. Another round of slimes. Ooh, I want the coin. Going for this coin is dangerous. In between shots. Roll away for safety. Nice. All right. All right. Great wave so far. Going for those coins does seem a little bit dangerous. Worth it, though. I would do it again. Boom. Uh-oh. Oh! What's up? Welcome, Wanderer. What do you need? Well, I can't afford Pierce. I don't need to heal, so I guess I'll buy Ice. Yep. I'll leave. Cute shop. Cute shop. Keep going. Oh! It was a mistake. I shouldn't have asked for coin. Nice. I don't see a reason not to crouch yet. So, I think it's shift to switch to my ice arrows, but I'll do that when I need to. If I remember. Nice. Okay, we got bats. Oh. Nice. Okay, so far the bats are easy to deal with. Okay, we're doing fine so far. I do wonder what my special is like. Oh, boss 1. Oh. I think the boss might have fallen down. I think the boss didn't quite make it to the stage. Okay. What's my special? Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, I don't know what the boss is like. So, because the boss fell through the floor, so I can't really fight him. And I think I read in the description for this game that it was 5 waves and then a boss. So I think the boss was the end anyway. Now the boss was probably, I mean, it's hard to really talk about the boss fight. Hopefully he has something that makes me jump. One thing that is a little bit concerning is the fact that up and shoot is to shoot up and up is also to jump. So I can imagine if I was walking and I wanted to shoot a bat, I would do this instead of doing this. So it might be worth putting space to jump on space so that you're not using the same input for 2 different things, right? Because right now up is both used for jump and for shoot upward, right? So that's the first thing that comes to mind. But let me mute and let's talk about this game constructively. Let's give some nice constructive feedback, some criticism. So first, the art style is gorgeous. It's like classic, feels super retro in a good way. I love the little like what is it? The 2-frame walk cycle is nice. Everything, the sound is all very retro. It feels very, very good. And like this attack feels really, really nice. Like the vibe of this game is really good. That's awesome. I also really like the store when she pop up. That felt very retro in a good way too. That was really nice. And so I feel like this is like a fun retro vibe of a game that was like really satisfying to play. And I imagine the boss, if I have to like jump over attacks and shoot and like dodge through stuff, it could be a really fun boss fight. And I didn't use the ice arrows. I mean, okay, they're blue, and I have a limited amount, but I don't know what they do. But I think it could be fun. Also, the bats, although they were an aerial enemy, which that was one thing that I thought was really nice, is that the bosses or the waves come from here, and I can there's like no reason not to crouch basically, right? Because I can hit the skeletons and the slimes. Similarly, I can shoot here. And so when I was just paying attention to the two directions, it was like very easy. But then the bats started coming overhead, and now I have three directions to pay for to pay attention to. And then there was some more complications. It was a little bit harder. However, the issue comes from the fact that the bats were not a threat at all, because they like they dive down and explode when they hit the ground, right? So if I just don't stand underneath them, they're not a threat, right? Which is great. And which is great because I can just dodge out of the way, and then I continue just going left and right. And if I notice a bat on top of me, I just dodge as it dive bombs, right? But similarly, to shoot the bats, I need to be underneath them. See, there it is. I was trying to shoot up, and instead I jumped. I need to be underneath them and shoot up, but they dive down. So trying to shoot them is actually very dangerous. The best strategy is just to let them crash into the ground. So that might be something to consider. Enemies that are a threat when they're not directly above you, like enemies that are a threat when they're either above you to the right and above you to the left, so that getting directly underneath them is beneficial to you and gives you a chance to clear them out before they continue going the other way. So that's one way to think about the way those like flying enemies threaten you. But I thought the actual gameplay moment to moment of shooting the arrows and dodging and picking up coins was very fun. Yeah, also the controls was very dense because it just listed button combos that could be implied, like shooting up and dodge rolling, right? I think it's important to mention shooting up exists, but like dodge rolling to the left and right are similar. And it goes into the tutorialization stuff that I talked about, where it's like the first wave could teach you about shooting left and right, and then you could have an enemy that you need to dodge stuff they throw, so then you teach dodge rolls. Then a flying enemy comes and you learn that you need to shoot up. So you could like roll out the tutorialization like one wave at a time rather than right all at the beginning, where you hopefully have to remember everything. But I think that the game itself works. It is very fun and it's very cute. So you could continue on this game with like more waves and more levels and make it very roguelike-y. So it's almost like like a modern roguelike built on top of like a super retro wave defeating game with like bosses and stuff. But another way you could do it is like packaging this into like a retro collection where it's like the same character doing like this bow and arrow game. There's like a retro sword fighting game. Like there are ways to turn this into a full project rather than what it is like now, which is kind of like a mini game, right? This game is very cool, but I don't know exactly how you'd package it on Steam outside of the full roguelike progression underneath this one gameplay mechanic, or multiple mini games featuring the same guy. And it could be cool to even do one of two ways. You could make it so that the package that has all these games in it, each one is its own like roguelike on top of it. And the reason I say that is because the core mechanic of shoot left, shoot right, shoot up is fun, but it's very simple. So I can imagine this getting old after like a couple, like after you get through like enough waves. If I got through like 15 or 20 waves of this and I had some cool upgrades, I could still feel like I could feel like, okay, well, I don't really want to do another run. I kind of get it, right? But if the other modes are also their own roguelike, then it's like, okay, I go do a different mode and I can switch between it. Alternatively, you could make it a retro roguelike where each of the different like floors or each of the different bosses is a different style of game. So you get through this with certain upgrades, and then you do like the sword fighting one for one boss, and then you do like a flying type one for another boss, right? And then you can choose your roguelike upgrades that apply across all the different games. So it's like, yeah, having, ice encrusted weapons is best for this like wave management one. But if you take the flame weapons, which is not that helpful for this one, but that'll be even more helpful for a different type of game. Like there are a couple different ways you could turn it into like a full experience. You could add new weapons that you can either use in wave defense or that power you up in other ways. So there's like lots of different ways you could turn this experience into a fuller game so that you can release it on Steam, if that was your goal, obviously. But I think that the core you have here with the wave defense and the art style and all that, it's like a fun mini game. I like playing it, but right now I find it hard to imagine how I would continue playing it. So those are my thoughts on how you could extend it if that's what you wanted to do. But I think the core idea is fun. I do wish I could fight the boss though, because that, based on the gameplay I did so far with the rolling and jumping, it's like I kind of want to fight the boss. Unfortunately, he could not show up today. He was He was sick, I think. So yeah, instead of a beam, you have different arrows and different power ups, different weapons, both for wave defense or other stuff. Those are all the kinds of stuff that I think would be cool. Gambling, yeah, any kind of gambling can make a game more addictive. You know, rolling different types of power ups, all that stuff. It would be very cool. But yeah, really fun retro mini game type experience. I thought it would be a good one to pack into the stream because it looked really cool. I was super interested in the art style. I think the appeal of this game is very strong because it has that like super well defined retro vibe to it. And then also you use the assets well, like by having the main play area be all black so that the character like stands out against it, and then you put some detailing up in the distance, it stands out in a really well way. So in a really good way, which is what you're going for. If you saw a screenshot of this on Steam, you'd instantly be like, I get the vibe. And if people like this, then the appeal is there, right? If they like these kind of retro style, they have that appeal. The thing that you would then be fighting against is like, right now, this is what the game is. So the 5 screenshots as they scroll through, they're going to see that it doesn't have that much content to it. So that's what I was thinking in terms of. That's why I talked about the other ways you could expand it so that you can fill in those screenshots and then have a gameplay trailer that indicates a lot of content because the appeal is there. The retro appeal is very strong, and anyone who would buy a game based on retro appeal has bought into the fantasy, right? They're in fantasy wise. Now you just need to convince them the content is there to support it. So that's sort of what I think about. But yeah, so I think that's going to be it for Showcase Saturday. Thanks so much for submitting games, everyone. It was fun. I hope the feedback was helpful. And I hope you all have a great new year. I hope you had a good holidays. I hope the new year goes great for you, and I'll see you in 2026. Peace out, everybody.